Hey, welcome. And what happened? The music finished before the timing was over? Welcome to the Christmas room. We would have started at 10. It's 10:30, 10:36 if I could see that correctly. Are you out there? Are you out there? Yes. But the computer decided to update, and it said 28 minutes for it to complete. So what's up with that? Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, and there's something else special about today. I wonder what it could be. Something changed. I can tell something changed. It is, did the time change? Did we go forward or back in time? No, we didn't. So what possibly could have changed? Oh, the calendar changed. We are not in May anymore. We are actually starting the last month of the first half of the year. So on the 25th of this month would actually be like a Christmas, because then after that starts the second half of the year. So happy June 1st, everybody. Happy June 1st. Let me just take a quick look around and see, are we operational? Is the Starship, the Christmas room operational? Yes. We've got the Nikon running, and we have the Olympus running. It's rather high, isn't it? So let's raise up that Olympus just a little bit. Why not? We are family. Hi, Peter Gregg family. How are you doing? Come on, just raise up a little bit. Just a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. Just a little bit. You can do it. Oh, you're going to be stubborn now? Okay, I think I raised it a little bit. I'm looking so hard that I couldn't tell, but I can tell when I come in here. Oh yeah, I did. So now I got like about a hand. See, I like to be like within an inch of the top, because that makes my eyes kind of like on the 2/3 line. And how are we with the Nikon? Nikon, same way. I got a little less of a hand, but close enough. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. So the hand camera is right here. Thumbs up, wash your hand. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hands, wash your hands, reaching out. Don't touch me, and I won't touch you. Sweet June, Monday night. Bum, bum, bum. Wow, we got a new week, we got a new month. We got the same old Peter, that's all I can say. Too bad, you guys, I don't know what you're going to do with me. So let's try the singing mic. Still don't have reverb. Hands, washing hands, reaching out. Don't touch me, and I won't touch you. Sweet Monday night. All together now. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seemed so good. So good, so good, so good. I forgot, I have a limiter on this mic now, so I'm trying to be good. Now this one, I don't know if I have a limiter on here or not. So what do we got in here? We got anybody in here? Yes, we've got people in here. Yay! So here we go. We got all of 3 people. Big difference from here to the other room, right? We would have had like 18, 20. I did, for all 3 of you, just in case you wanted to know, I did turn on the Patreon. So if somebody feels led to not be on my toes, to use the Patreon link, I would appreciate that. So let's see, we got a lot of chats for 3 people. Holy moly, what we got? We got Robster, hello. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all safe. Yes, the people here will be safe. I speak it. Safety. There we go. Okay, so hi, Peter. I hope everybody is safe. And Rob, can it be I'm the first one here tonight? That's the first. What you doing, Rob? Good to see you. I am very happy to see you in here tonight, and I hope things are better. You said you were going to email me, but you didn't. Try it. It won't hurt. Ken, hey. It's the one and only PeterGreggLive. Good evening, Peter, and the rest of the family. Let's call us a family. Remind me when I start saying everything else, because we basically are a family. So Rob is saying, what's up, Ken? And Ken is going like, not much, Rob. I hope you're good. This feels early, but good. Yes, that's true. Feels early for me, too. It's actually late. I was like in a skirmish to get going. And then all of a sudden, what's their names? Apple decided, oh, we're going to update your computer. 28 minutes left. And this was like 9:45. I was so angry. You could see steam coming out of my ears. The sun is still shining here in San Francisco. Let's see, what time is it there? 11, 10, 9, 8. Yes, it's true. You're not even at 8 o'clock. The sun is still up, Rob. Is that where you are in San Francisco? Is this the new Christmas music? Yes. I didn't sign up Epidemic for here. They're going to charge me another $140. And actually, I thought of you, Rob, because it's like, where's my favorite Christmas song? Well, I can't play it here. They'll give me a copyright doohickey. So I'm contemplating whether to spend the $150 and get the Epidemic music signed up for this channel, or maybe look at another company and see what they have to offer. That would be interesting too. So specifically you, Rob, can we live with the music that I did here now? Or should I spend the money and bring the music that we had before? So is the new music, is this new Christmas music I am enjoying? Yes. Are you enjoying it? I hope so, because I like Christmas music. Jonathan. Hi, Jonathan. How are you doing? Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Rob, you got to have his Windex. It's right next to the computer. You saw it peeking out. I tried to hide it from Norm. Let's see if he sees it. But you get the win. You get the win. So I still get my clapping music. So, Rob, you get the win for the Windex. You get the win for the Windex. You still have time. Oh, you mean I'm not going to heaven tonight? I wouldn't mind. It's a good place up there. Rob, sir, good catch. Jonathan, you're watching out for each other. Hey, Mario. Hi, Peter. Hi, family. How's everybody? How's the family? This is the family. You know what I mean? We have to protect the family. I'll tell you, we protect the family. So this is hey, it's the one only Peter Gregg. Good evening. Where am I clicking? $150. Yes, it's like 14 something a month, and if you actually it's 20 or 25 a month, and you pay it yearly, it's like $14.90 or $14.70. So it's about $150, $148 or $148.50 or something like that. So, but I like the music myself, and I am thinking of you. So that's two of us. I don't know if anybody else likes the music, but that's two of us. So I don't mind putting it on the credit card. That's where it's going to go. Where else? Hi, David. How are you? Welcome to the family night that we have tonight. This is Monday. We have a new week. A new week it is. What is it? A new week. Yes, it's Monday. And it's June 1st. We have a new month. A new month. Yes, it's June. And if this was January, I'd say we have a new year. So, whatever. I don't know. Whatever happens. I attended another YouTube live show today. The more famous they get, the more entitled and defensive they become. They show it with hard incivility towards their viewers. Never here, Peter. I don't know what you were watching, but it shouldn't matter how many people. If there was 100,000 people in here, or just us, the family, it's still me and the camera. So how would I show? The only thing that would be different is the live chat would be going so fast. It'd be like, whoa, how do I catch one? You know, and so that'll become a problem. We get into the hundreds of thousands and the millions of viewers, but we still know who the family is. So maybe at that time we'll have. I got PeterGreggLive group on Facebook, right? Facebook. So maybe I'll close the group where only people can apply, and I'll know everybody's names. So here's Scott. Hi, Scotty. But I want to hear more. it should be it should be very friendly. That's the whole purpose of being live streaming is, hey, I can talk to you live. That is awesome. And they just, wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. All right, so Scott, the TSP purchase didn't credit to you, so I waited and we'll get the Cascade. How do you know it didn't credit to me? Maybe they don't have it. I think there's a certain price point where they're not going to give me a finder's fee. So I have like links down below, guys. And when you use the affiliate links, they put a finder's fee in my account, like for Amazon. So you don't have to use that link, Scott, just so you know. If you just click on any Amazon link in my description below, anything you buy, anything, if you buy socks, if you buy underwear, if you buy M&Ms, now you're talking interesting, okay? If there is a credit available, okay, because, you know, every single item doesn't have one. If you buy a 99-cent washer, what are they going to give me, a penny? So actually that would be higher than what the rest of the big items are. So just click on one of my links and go shopping. And then when you're ready to go shopping again tomorrow, come in, click on one of my Amazon links in the description and go shopping. And after that, we are all in the hands of we're all in the hands of Amazon. Jim. How you doing, Jim? For royalty-free music, I recommend Artlist. I looked at Artlist. I believe once you sign up and download it, you can use it for life. Seems like a great service. I promise I don't own stock. No, people come in here to help me, and I believe you're doing that right now. This is a family type. We're not that big. How many we got in here? Do we have 8 or 10 people in here? We got 12. Yay! And we got 4 thumbs up on a brand new channel. What do we have? 80, 90 subscribers? So that's doing pretty good. Another 12 people, and we will have filled up a classroom, a school classroom. So I did look at Artlist today, and I also I wrote it down. Audio Blocks is another one. Epidemic is the one that I'm signed up for, okay? But I can't use it on this channel. So I looked at Artlist, and what I do, just FYI, so you know, well, what are you looking for? I look to see how developed their Christmas music is, because I use like 98% Christmas music. I have it as my intro music and stuff like that. So Artlist is definitely a contender, okay? It's a Jewish company. It's made in Israel, where Epidemic is a Swedish company. It's made in Sweden. So I would have signed up for Epidemic, except for one little thing. I've asked them like 3 questions in the last 4 or 5 days. And remember what Mario said? He said that it came across snippy and stuff like that. Their answers from tech support is snippy towards me. And I haven't done anything wrong. So it kind of like, it's like, do I want to invest another $150 there, or maybe start shopping? So I remembered, I think you're the same guy, right, Jim? Where you had recommended Artlist. So I looked at Artlist, I looked at Sound Something, and Audio Blocks has a very nice Christmas repertoire. Is that catalog or something? And so that's the only reason I'm kind of looking at them too. But I appreciate anybody's suggestions on anything other than go to heck. Those kind of suggestions I don't need. So I liked the Swedish shirt last night. Oh God, what was I wearing last night? Gosh, David, you got me. I just got out of bed and just threw something on. I thought it was the green shirt, the Tuesday shirt. Now you're gonna make me go look and see what shirt, but I can't do it while I'm live. Okay, so I like the Swedish shirt. Okay. Mark, hi all. Yes, even Mark is using Artlist, is my go-to. So I will look at their Christmas catalog again, and if it's something that I think Rob will like, I've got Rob in my mind. I know what kind of Christmas music he likes. The only thing that comes close right now is Audio Blocks. They have, but I'll tell you one thing. Artlist has one Christmas song. So if you go to Artlist and you just go where you search and put Christmas, and the very, very last one, I think, or a few up, It kind of sounds like the song from, what's the famous Christmas movie that's, no, it's modern, where the kid goes to New York or something, and it goes da 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 da. Very, very pretty, dramatic. It moves. They got a song in there, and boy, I just love listening to that one single song. I might sign up for them just to get that one song, but I gotta check and see, the whole catalog. We can't just be a one song family. Scott says, I went to your Amazon store today. I found only one page of items. I'm sure you have a lot of stuff. I must be doing something wrong. No, I'll have to go look. I haven't been on there in a while. But just click on any of my links, and anything anybody buys, if you click on my link, anything you buy, even if you buy, the 4-pound box of whatever that Scott was looking for, they'll give me a finder's fee. So why am I saying all this? Because a friend of mine, you know who he is, so I won't mention his name, makes a very nice check. It's a 4-figure check. Is that how you count it? From his links. So he told me, Peter, pay attention to your links. So the first thing I did is I cleaned out my links, and I have, if you look in the description below, so I'm going to try and start using those links, because a 4-figure, $100 would be three figures, right? So $1,000 would be 4 figures. So it's in the upper half of a 4-figure check that they get every month from their affiliate links. And I'm going like, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. How do I do that? So he said, pay attention to your affiliate links. All right, I'm doing it. By the way, where was I? Rob, you were next on the list. I'm going to ask my lady to start using your Amazon affiliate link. Thank you. Trust me, you will be able to officially retire in 3 weeks. I don't go out very much, so anything I buy, I get it from Amazon. So now I'm going to be using Kippy's affiliate link, and I'm using Justin's at Baby Back Maniac. I was using Jonathan's, but I sent him something, so they disconnected me from him. So don't send me anything through Amazon, okay? Then they'll disconnect you. So thank you, Rob. So just so you understand how it works, because it took me a while. My brother has an app in his phone, and that will not give, when he uses the app to order stuff, that will not give me, a finder's fee. They found a way because people are shopping a lot on their phones, okay? So on a computer, you've got to just click one of my links. It can be to the Nikon Z6 camera. It can be to anything that says Amazon blah 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 or AMZ. So once you go there, it's going to open up a new tab, and it's going to put you right into Amazon. Go shopping, okay? So the only thing they report to me, and this is something that you should know because I'm not a dangerous person, is what a person buys. Okay, but it doesn't tell me what person it is. It just gives me a list of things that I sold. So let's see, if I go over to, let's go to my Amazon page here real quick. And let's open up Amazon. And it says my earnings, okay. So I'm not going to really show this. I'm maybe call it a little bit shy, okay. All right, so for the month of May, because it's not used that much, I have $35.15. Okay, so, okay, good. This is what I want to, I can show you this. This doesn't show you anything Peter Gregg, but so pretend you don't know my name. Okay, and I can show you what the Amazon link page looks like. Probably illegal for me to do this, but we're family, right? So I'm coming into the Amazon page. All right, so now I'm on my page. So it's showing me here from May 2nd to May 31st, I have $35.15. So this friend of mine over here, it would say like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And I'm going, you have to be kidding me. Seriously? He says, pay attention. Peter, I'm telling you, pay attention to your Amazon affiliate links. So it shows me that 864 people clicked, 88 items were ordered, 69 were shipped. So I don't know what the difference between that is. One item was returned. I sold, not I didn't, but the people that clicked bought $1,100. And now I have $3,500, includes a bonus. Ooh, I got a bonus, okay? So this is what I get to see. I don't see anybody's names, but somebody bought some organic raspberries. All right. Somebody bought liquid Neutrogena fragrance facial soap. But there's something that shows me the earnings. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay. Okay, so the Neutrogena soap was sold for $19.86, and I got 60 cents. So you guys that think, you know, making a fortune, or I'm not, okay? So somebody bought Windex, and they bought 3 Windexes, and I got 9 cents. Somebody bought a milk bag, all natural cheesecloth. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Oh, they're going to probably make almond milk, okay? So $1.44. So let's look for some of the bigger ones. Somebody bought, somebody bought the Wasabi Power batteries. So I got 92 cents on that. So that's why I'm telling you it's a finder's fee, because it's not a commission. I mean, you couldn't make a living as a commission if you became a salesman. Okay. Harman Kardon Sound 6 wireless Bluetooth speakers, $200. That was a good commission, $8. I don't think I've seen anything that high. They're usually in the pennies. Okay. Sparkling water, Mrs. Clean. Okay, so showing one of 25. Is there a second page? No. There's no second page. Oh, items 26 through 50. What's the date on here? Yeah, it's for last month. So Apple Thunderbolt 3 to Thunderbolt 2 adapter. I got $1.23 for that. This is getting boring, right? Okay, I got $3.60 for replacement projector lamp. $90. Gosh, that's a lot of money for a projector. So I got $3.60. So if you guys need your projector lamps replacements, this is where you get I get a really good commission. So there isn't any more, is there? No. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a third page. And the big one on this page is $1.24 for a battery for Canon. So that's where the $35 is going to come from for May. So when you guys do that, something that you buy is going to list here, but you can see I have no idea who bought it. Okay, 365 everyday bath tissue. Oh, I wonder, let's take a look. Oh, I can get my toilet paper there. Oh, currently unavailable. Figures. It's hard to find toilet paper. Okay, so I know that's semi-boring, but some of you guys wanted to see what an affiliate link does. And that is what an affiliate link does. And we are back. Okay, so I showed you the back room of my Amazon. Now my buddy is making between $5,000 and $10,000. I'm not going to give away the numbers, okay, because that wouldn't be fair. Because in case I slip and say the name. But they told me, pay attention. So that's why I mentioned it. And now Scott is keeping me on track. Thank you, Scott. So Rob is going to ask his lady friend to start using my Amazon affiliate links. You will be able to officially retire in 3 weeks. Okay. I don't want to retire. I want to be here. I want to stay here unless you guys want to get rid of me. I think Artlist has a more liberal licensing policy than others, but I understand the need for Christmas music specifically. I don't know what that would mean, to be honest with you. I haven't had any problems with Epidemic, but that's fine if it's got a more liberal licensing policy. Jonathan says it was the green shirt, so it's tomorrow night's shirt. So the shirts got washed because I used the new washer, so they're all fresh They smell so good. I found these things that you put in your wash cycle. They're I forgot what they're called. I think they're called disposables or dependables. I'm not sure, but they smell like Downy, and they're little. You shake it, and it's like little beads. And I put like a half a cup, and half a cup is plenty in a front loader. So I'm only saying that for Scott. Okay, so if you want your clothes to smell really good, if you don't want smell in them at all, then don't do that. They'll actually come out with a totally neutral smell with what we talked about washers last night. So it was the green shirt last night. Jim, how are you liking the new setup as opposed to the ATM Mini? That question is not quite right, but I know what you mean, because I was using Ecamm, and then I switched over to the ATM Mini by force, by necessity. That's a better word, okay? Because I sold all the CamLink things. I paid like $150 to $160 for each one, even though they sell for $129, $130. So I paid $150, let's round it out, and I sold them. There's 3 of them, one for each camera. I sold them for $295. Everybody else is still selling them for $350. It's like, hello? So I put mine up for $295, figuring if I get that money, you know, I will buy what I will tell you about in a second, okay? So I went to bed. I said my prayers. I said, oh, Lord, if you want me to go in that direction, because the computer's got me a little rattled here. Not rattled, confused. I woke up. All 3 of them were sold. Boom! And one person even wrote, can you send it to me right away? So I sent all 3 of them out by priority mail, because I know these guys that buy them at that kind of price, they want it right now. Okay, so I sent them all out by priority mail, and they got them. And then one person wrote and said, we didn't get it. And it showed that it was hand delivered. Okay, so I'm going, uh-oh, one of these they're going to try to steal the $300. It's $295, and it's rounded up. I wound up getting $275 out of the $295 after the Amazon commission, just so you know, okay? So the new thing that I bought is like $1,100. Andre helped me pick it out. It's a box that has got a Thunderbolt 3 connection on the back, and it gives me 3 PCI Express slots. So I bought that box, and I bought the Blackmagic where it plugs in 4. Here. I got it right here for you guys. Okay, so I bought that. Okay, so you see the 4 holes? That actually I plugged in. I got 3 of them filled right now. So that comes in directly to the Thunderbolt 3. So here's the shock. This is a 4K stream. I am not running at 1080 60p. It's not perfect, but it is 4K, and that makes me different. That makes me, you know, I have a 4K stream going. So the only weak link here is I think I need a little bit more powerful computer. I got an i7 Apple 27-inch, got 40 gigabytes of RAM. I've got the 8 gigabyte graphics card. So I think I need an i9 instead of the i7 is what I'm thinking. But the only problem that I have is you can't try it. So if it doesn't going to work, why should I spend all the money? So anyway, so let's see. Is the Oli running at... so Jim, did I answer your question? So I like the new setup because I can have, I can put that there where I can't do that with the ATM Mini. Technically, from what I understand, you can, but it's too involved for me. You've got to create slides like in Photoshop, where over here you just type in you click on the T, you type it in, and then you can move that around, okay? So that's how that works up there. So I've got that for here, and then I can take the same camera and I can zoom it and make a preset out of it. And look at that, it lost focus on me. Nikon Z6, people are paying attention. You better be a good boy, okay? So now I have the Olympus EM1 Mark II. So they're both running at 4K 30p. And then I've got the Olympus also zoomed a little bit. So if I want to get personal, I can come in and say, I thought of something, and I was going to tell you, but I decided not to. Okay, so I've got the zoom, so I could keep things alive rather than static. I can go from here, and I can actually do this like on here, just with the keyboard. So now I'm zoomed on the Nikon, and now it's the full, I'm looking at the wrong camera. And then if I go over here, this is the hand cam. So all of these have shortcut keys, which is basically command 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm on the Olympus. So they're all set to what? 4K, 30p, my stream? That should be your next question. Is your stream set to? Yes. 4K, 2160, 30 frames per second, high quality audio. So that's the best I could possibly do. So if I don't move around too much, I don't see much line skipping. So I think the line skipping comes from too much movement. Da-dum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. So I've got the overlays going. I also have my singing mic connected. So how did I connect my singing mic? It doesn't have reverb yet, but it will one day, trust me. It will one day. So I'm using the black magic to control my audio. Pretty weird, don't you think? But it's the only thing I have that I can put a limiter on. I've got this equalized, yes I do. So it's got a compressor and a limiter and an equalizer, all running for me free of charge. Well, I had to buy the ATM Mini, so I'm using the ATM Mini now to run all the audio, and it also gives me 4 additional cameras. So when I get more cameras in from B&H, I was talking to my buddy today to see if they were safe. He didn't tell me not to say this, but they had, from the last set of riots that they had, they've got metal plates. I asked him, is it shutters? And he said, no, we've got metal plates. Because if they break into that store, there's a lot of stuff in there. Shh, maybe I shouldn't say that. He said, so they put up the metal plates, which I'm not quite sure. He wouldn't elaborate. And even if he did, I should probably keep my mouth shut. But anyway, so they're not having the employees go down to the store. So my friend is working from home. David Crooks is the only running at, oh look, I got it right in the lamp. That's not so good, is it? At 4K, yes. The Olympus is, actually everything's running at 4K. The stream, the cameras, even my mouth, eating M&Ms. If something is wrong, you need to tell me. Mark says, the Artlist system is slightly strange as the song link is sent via email with an individual license, and then you can download the song. Not that bad, just different. I would have probably signed up and going like, what's going on here? As long as I can step through it, it's not that big of a deal. So what happens is I put all the songs that I download, like the ones that we heard tonight, whereas I put them in a folder and it's called YouTube downloads, because YouTube will give me songs that I can use also. So I use that folder in Ecamm for my introduction tonight, because I can't use the ones from Epidemic. And they're giving me a little bit, they're not giving me a hassle. It's like I ask a question and they just throw the book at me. You are entitled to one. All I did was say, I want to use a second YouTube channel. Do you have a provision for that? Do I need to buy another subscription? Do I need to move over to your commercial license? So I got like a 4 or 5 paragraph answer. So I would have to classify their support as it sucks. Okay. All the guy needed to say is it's one license, one YouTube channel. You want a second YouTube channel, you need to buy another license. Oh, I can understand that. You know, it's like everybody want to argue with them. You know, I can picture some people going like, well, I paid you once. Are you going to make me pay you again? Well, yeah, because they mark my channel with their license agreement. So every time I play their song, this is all automated. Okay? YouTube doesn't have a guy sitting there, oh, Peter played a song that he shouldn't have. It's all digital thumbprints, okay? So that's all they needed to write. Instead, they wrote me a ton about their policies, and then I wrote them back, and I asked them, okay, whatever the next step was. And again, I got like a 4 or 5 paragraph, and that is not friendly. I mean, if you wrote me an email, you know, and you said, I want to buy this camera and this and that. Can you tell me how to set up and this and that? I would say I don't do tech support, or I do consultation, which I did 3 of those today. Okay, the consultations, just so you know, because you guys aren't going to do consultations with me. Okay, I charge $55, and that gives them 30 minutes. And I'm not a clock watcher, so today we went an hour on one of them. Okay, and the guy goes, I feel guilty. I says, no, it's my pleasure to help you, honestly. You know, so we just spent time to get things right. So I did 3 of those today. You know, so if a person is trying to get like free tech support or something, I kind of nip that in the bud, because once you start, a person won't look on Google to get their answers. The first thing they do is they come right back to you. Okay, I find I even do that. Okay, because I've got a mentor for my Apple. All right, and I go like, and I realize, oh, wait a minute, I'm abusing him. I can find this out on Google. And I do. Google is your friend. Okay, so Rob says, I have a theory on snippy service from epidemic. Ooh, lots of companies farming out customer service to other countries during COVID. Sometimes emotion is lost in the translation in emails. Well, I don't know how to answer that. All I can say is I wasn't super happy. The guy's name was Sam, and he wrote back to me like 3 times, because I've written them 3 times. They were all simple questions, and I'm very nice, and I tell them I'm in my 60s, so I might not understand. I'm not trying to get away with anything. I'm not trying to steal. I just want to know what the policy is in terms of how do I add another channel. What's the path? I use that word, not policy. I use the word path, P-A-T-H. Oh, I was using an iPad for your affiliate links. Maybe that was an issue. Scott, don't get yourself all wrapped up. just, you know, do what you can. And I know you seriously want to help me, so I appreciate it. I love you. I appreciate that very much. So just enjoy, you know, wherever it does come in. I just showed you how it works, so you'll know exactly, you know. So here's Norm. I was talking about you longer than a few minutes ago. How long have we been on now? We've been on 48 minutes. You missed my post at 10:48. Merry Christmas, Greggies. Okay, I need you to start saying the Gregg family. I want us to be like a family, okay? So I think of you guys, because when I was praying last night, it just happened by accident. I said, oh, my family on my YouTube channel, I pray for all of them, okay? So I said, that was a great idea. I think I'll use it. So see if you can incorporate that somehow in your own way, Norm. I'd appreciate it. Somebody found the Windex bottle, Norm. I don't I don't want to say anything. It was Rob found it. Why are you coughing, Peter? Because I didn't want to just say, Rob found it. Okay, that's annoying me. Okay, so we're going to fix that right now. Okay, unlock. I'm going to take the Olympus and I'm going to take it out of that lamp. And then I'm going to lock that again. And now I'm not annoyed. Okay, so on that one, it's okay. So the Olympus is backwards. Nikon is in a nice black area. That's in a nice black area. That's a little bright too. So maybe I should move that one over. Can't grab it. I can't grab that one to move it. How nice. All right, so just let's make sure they're all locked. And let's go back to the Olympus. Okay, so now I need to go like that for the Olympus. And then when I'm over here, I need to go like that for the Nikon. High technology. Who would have thunk? So Norm, you missed my post. Merry Christmas, Greggies everywhere. Hi, Norm. Happy June. Happy Monday. There's so many new things happening. New, fresh, clean shirt, fresh, clean t-shirt, underwear, pants. Not wearing socks, but they're washed just in case. Did you wash all of them? Yes, I washed everything. Rob says, can we talk rave of power batteries? Ran my old Sony A64, your old Sony 6400? While in 4K and set to override the high temperature. Camera never got hot, but shut down twice. Batteries, thoughts, camera was returned to Amazon. Lemon. I only had the 6400 here like 2 weeks. It only overheated on me once, and it was outside in direct sun. When I moved it, temperature set to high. Okay. When I moved it under, you know how you have an overhang in your patio and you got your patio chairs and stuff like that. Let's do the Olympus. Okay. I don't know. I got this thing with the Olympus the last couple of days. It just looks so good. I feel so Olympus-y. So it only overheated once. And when I brought it under the overhang where the patio table and chairs is, and I was fiddling, that video is up, okay, quite a while ago, probably a year or so back. It didn't overheat again. So it will not overheat in the Christmas room. So where were you when it overheated? Were you in direct sunlight? If you were in the direct sunlight, I can vouch that I got overheated over. I mean, it happened. Okay. The only one that did not overheat in the direct sunlight was the Panasonic. All right. So you're thinking it's the batteries. So what batteries are you using? Number one. Number two, you know the little tricks you use to help the camera along. If you're on a tripod, open the battery door so it's just swinging open, okay, and that lets heat come out, you know, and overflow. Pull the LCD back. I mean, this is standard stuff. I don't think I'm teaching anything new here. So that makes the whole back a heat sink. As a matter of fact, on both of these, all three of these cameras, I didn't do it on this one. Oops, this needs to have the flippy screen pulled out. There we go. Okay. So now let me feel the back of the GH4. It's lightly warm, almost so that I can't tell, okay? And that one doesn't get warm. Let me tell you how warm the other ones are. I'm curious, and if I'm curious, you guys are not. So, all right, fingers going on the back plate of the Olympus. It's about 5 times as warm as the Panasonic GH4. And if I can slip my fingers up, because the Nikon does not have a flippy screen. Okay, so I need to slide my thumb in. All right, so the Nikon, it's just nicely warm. Not even in anything to even worried about. So the Olympus is actually the warmest of the three. The Panasonic GH4 is the coolest of the three, and Nikon's in the middle, and none of them are in a problematic type of sense. See, now when I move, there's no drop frames, but if I come in and out and it's doing focus and 4K, I seem to get a little bit of drop frames, and now that I'm telling you that, it's not doing it. Anyway, I honestly think it's the processor, and the computer needs to be up to the newer computer. So the tip jar, you guys are going to do the chats. What do you call the super chats? Oh, I forgot. We can't do super chats here. We're not at 1,000 subscribers. I know we hit 90. Okay, so we got 90 subscribers. So I didn't even do the thumbnail for tonight. So David says, Amazon recently dropped the rate to 3%. Yes, it was 7.5%. It was between 5 and 8%, and now it's 3%. So now whatever it is that you buy, they give less. But B&H didn't drop it. But you see, I got $35. Okay, now imagine if I got $3,500 from a bigger group. So that's why so-and-so told me to pay attention to my affiliate link. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so we were finishing with Rob. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The camera was returned to Amazon. The batteries, I would use Sony batteries in your situation where it overheated. Okay, but you said the camera never got hot but shut down twice. So the batteries, when they die, you watch what happened here. The Nikon just shut down, just turned off. No, I didn't know if it got hot or there was no information with the shutdown. Okay, so I would say chances are your battery ran out of power. Now I'd like to know what batteries you were using, Rob. All right, so Jonathan, hi Norm, we've been out Windexed by Robster tonight. Yes, Rob, actually, right up near the beginning, he nailed it. I'm surprised. I tried to make it so like you're looking all over and it was not in the obvious place. My brother actually suggested that I put it there. Mario, would you mind doing a quick summary of the software and hardware you use for live streaming? I know you have done it many times. Nope, I don't mind at all. Okay, we'll just go through the whole process. 3 cameras, HDMI cords, which Andre told me to check my HDMI cords and make sure they were where they are 2.1 HDMI, and they are not. However, I was not able to find HDMI 2.1 cables that have mini HDMI on the camera side and regular HDMI over here. So the cables go from the camera, they go into a Sonnet box that's holding this card inside of it. Okay, because on an iMac computer, you can't put a card in there. There's no way to open this computer, and even if you did, there ain't no room. This is an iMac, a 2017 iMac i7. Okay, so if you click on the link below in the information that takes you to B&H, that will show you what my computer would be if it was the i9, which I don't have the i9. Okay, so this card is receiving 3 of the cables for 3 of the cameras. So that's what's going on there. Now, once those cables get connected to the computer, all right, and you need a HDMI capture card in order to connect a camera to a computer, unless you use a USB, which kind of looks like a regular USB plug, okay? Because now Canon has given you something so you can direct USB. But 99% of the time, it's going to be an HDMI. So you got the cable over here. How do you connect it to the computer? So with that box that I just showed you is how you connect it to the computer. So that box is running 3 like cam links, the Cam Link Live, all right? Except I'm running it, one of them, and I'm not using the USB highway. I'm doing that on purpose to avoid the bandwidth of the USB path, okay? Now, once I got it in the computer, you need software to run it. So that is this software that I've got here, which I can show you what this is. Let me just double check here real quick. Okay, so what I'm looking at is the health of the stream. The health of the stream is we had no interruptions and everything is healthy, okay? So I just decided to check that before I close the window. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my back room. Okay, so any software that you get is going to control the HDMI cables that are connected to your computer in the proper way. And that would be through like a LiveCam 4K, which is an HDMI capture card that gets plugged into the USB. I took it up a notch and I got this, so I bypassed the USB. So I bought a box, it's called Sonnet, S-O-N-N-E-T, okay? I'll put a link to it down below. That would be a good thing, and you can use the link Okay. All right. So this software would be to replace something like the free one, like OBS, which is actually more powerful than this. However, this does a lot of things that's perfect for me, and that is, I can drop in somebody's comment right up on the screen. I can drop it in. I can put it in the right spot. Okay, and I can turn it off. So I have all this on the left. Now on the right, I am now controlling my scenes, which is another way of saying controlling my cameras. Okay, so each camera, you open up what they call a scene and you assign a camera to it. Okay, so let's see, I need my overlays. That's the music. That's that. So I need the window that's overlays, and that goes there. Okay, so this is the proper way that I set my own way up. So in the top window, I control my cameras, my entrances, my exits, and when I want to run any particular roll-in. So I have like roll-ins over here. I can show you Liam.
Peter, this is a great piece. And this video is only for you, Peter. You for so much. And I love you.
All right, so that's controlled through here. So any video that I want to show you, there's some older ones in here where I was showing the Elgato things, my introduction movie. Here's my cameras and so on and so forth. Okay, now overlays would be like if I wanted to put up my phone number on the screen, which is not active right now because I did a phone thing. And so these are pre-made. And this was telling people when I was on the other channel that we're moving over to this channel. So overlays, controls. Like, so if you were a church, you would put scriptures in there and you'd pop up your scriptures. If you were teaching something on, let's say, nutrition, you would put a list of something and you could pop up a PDF sheet. Anything you want, they're called overlays. These are static. These are not things that move. The ones that move are called scenes. Okay, and in the bottom is where I have all my sound. Okay, and in here is I have my Epidemic music, and these are the songs that I've downloaded from Epidemic. Okay, and these are the songs that I've downloaded from, so I can start and stop them there. And in here you can put anything pertaining to probably an MP4 file. Okay, so in this area here I can watch my meters, if you can see my mouse, and it also controls what I've got as coming in that I can choose. So I have, for the sound, I have the Blackmagic design. Okay, so for the videos, all right, I'm using the Deck Link, which is the box that I showed you, the big camera. Okay, and then over here, these are the preferences, and this is where I preset the stream before I go live. And I want to go 4K, or if I want to go 1080 and I want to go 60p, I would set that here. And then I can use a high quality video mode and a low quality video mode. So what does that do? That would be like an OBS. Do you want to use a high megabit rate or a low? All right, so that's where that's controlled, and a bunch of other things. Like in the YouTube one would be my link codes to connect that up, which is very easy. It actually handles it. All it does is ask me for my YouTube channel, and it puts in the codes. So the same thing for Periscope, Facebook, so on and so forth. Okay. Now what this company is going to be releasing in the next month or so, I'm guessing, is so that I can multi-stream to YouTube like I'm doing right now, and also to Facebook, and not go outside and have to use Restream. Okay. So I didn't set up Restream for that reason, because I'm going to be able to do it here. So and then if I take my mouse outside, then I have a clean window up here. If I put my mouse inside, okay, this is showing me the cameras. So if I add a plus, see the little plus right here? Okay, you can't be in a locked camera. So these cameras are locked. So I have what's called a main camera, which is that one right now. Okay, so the main camera is the one with the white box around it. Now I can add a second camera and I can do a split screen just like that. And if I wanted to, I can add a third. So I've got the Olympus, I've got the Nikon, and I got the GH4 all together. Now if I was going to, and then I could just go back to just the one camera. All right, now if I wanted to do a Skype call, I would open up Skype, which I think I can do. Okay, that's Zoom. So I don't know where my Skype went. There it is. Opening Skype. Do I want to, maybe it updated or something? Okay, so there's Skype. All right, so now I can add an interview if I went live with this. So I can do an interview and put the Skype call right there next to me. All right, so if I was facing this way, okay, and the guy that I'm talking to is on the other side, I can actually just come over here and swap the cameras. So now it doesn't look like we're facing outward from each other, but inward towards each other. Just for looks, okay? That's all. It's just for looks. Nothing. And then if I just want to get rid of that, I go back to the full frame. So all this automated control is why I bought this. Technically, you can do most, if not all, of this stuff on OBS, but it's all kind of like gears and levers. And I don't want to go through the process of learning that. Right? I'd rather have it all done automatically. So the negative thing is this software is only for the Mac. All right, so you say, oh, no, I'm on PC. Well, okay, well, they got something, another company that's only for Windows, and that's called vMix. Very similar. They actually are more developed. So you can actually go in and pick numbers for like your bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. And now if I drop out of the live mode, you're going to see me full screen. So that's what I'm operating in the background. Okay, so that is a quick, I don't know if it was so quick, overview of from the camera to out the door. Okay, that's the entire process. The only thing is that I didn't explain is the audio. I have, just like I have choices of cameras, I have choices of audio. And so I've got the microphones connected to the ATM Mini. So, and that's all it's doing is handling the microphones. And I don't have to do that. I just do that because the ATM Mini gives me free software that I would have to buy other things to handle it. It gives me a nice equalizer. All right, it gives me a limiter, so this way I can go, hey, and it got loud, but it didn't overmodulate. It handled it. I have it set so that it won't break and overmodulate. And if I get really soft, it's got a compressor, so it'll bring it up. Okay, so for this microphone, I have it set up where I'm equalized for a lav mic, which is right under that button, okay? And then if I go over to this mic, I can sing you a song and it's equalized differently because this mic's got bigger, whatever's in there that hears me, it needs to have different equalization and different limiter and stronger compression. So I use that software for here. I'm gonna get reverb because I'm gonna buy the Rodecaster. They're out of stock everywhere, okay? So that will replace the ATEM Mini for the sound mechanisms. But I'm not going to sell that because I've got hopefully a few cameras coming from my buddy at B&H. And where am I going to plug them in? I only got one more plug on here because I'm using the 3 cameras that I own in here. Okay, so see, I can do that. Oh, the Olympus doesn't do this. That's another thing I wanted to show you. It's kind of trying. Come on, you can do it. The Olympus doesn't do that well, okay, on that, okay, but the Nikon does it instantly and perfectly, okay. So, but I kind of like the colors on the Olympus. It makes me look good. I like the colors on the Nikon. It makes me look good. So the sound is being handled through there. So I think I have told you everything I can possibly think of. Anything else? One more thing. The tech supports from these companies really try, but they're shallow. As soon as they hit the wall, they stop answering you. So I was having problems with the 4K problem. And basically it was Charles started making some suggestions, and then Andre actually picked out the software. So the Sonnet box that is the PCIe Express box, that's a Thunderbolt 3 box. You plug it into your Thunderbolt 3, and you could put 3 PCI Express things in there. So I only got one because I've used all the bandwidth, okay? So, and then that card. So that brought me to the point where I can do fairly decent 4K. Is this perfect? No, I still see stuttering. If I stay still, and I don't do my little rocking routine because I guess it's part of my personality, it stays pretty solid. So that's why I'm advertising a little bit on the title, 4K. I think I put 4K stream? I don't know. I have to do something to try to get people in here. So that's what I put. Okay, so that's it, Mario. I think I have exhausted everything I can think of. So Jim, the stream looks tremendous. Thank you. I try real hard. So why do I try hard? So this is not something to explain something about me. This is something that maybe you guys can take away from. So if you're a musician and you're playing guitar like Aaron Short, who does live streams, Aiden on the piano, okay? If you go in there and you go like, I'm really a good guitar player, and you play like crap, so where's the good guitar player part come in? So if I go like I'm a retired photographer and I'm trying to apply my knowledge to here, I can't look like crap, honestly, because they go like, oh, you're going to teach me and this is what you look like? Or you're going to tell me about singing and that's what you sound like? Okay, now, I'm not a good singer. I never said I was a professional. I just love to sing. I really enjoy it. Okay, so I wanted to take it a step up, and I wanted to have a singing mic. So the only thing I haven't been able to conquer yet is the vocals need a little sweetening to them. Okay, if you watch any videos on how to do your vocals, they'll even use the word, you're going to sweeten up the vocals, okay? And one of it is you add reverb. Now, for me, reverb, I'm heavy-handed, okay? I shouldn't be. I like to sound like I'm in a big room. Hello, everybody, and it just has like a beautiful echo. You're supposed to put a little. I put a little more than a little, okay? So, thank you for your compliment, Jim. That means a lot, actually. And that's the saying that people use that, but it's kind of like a pat on the back. I'm trying real hard, and then you come along and you go, the stream looks tremendous. That's a pretty good thing to do for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Randall, do you get a commission from B&H? Yes, the checks that I get from B&H are bigger than that. They're more than twice the size of the checks that I get from Amazon. So by using the links there before you buy, yes, I do get a commission. So if you go to buy something, Randall, or anybody, find any one of my links in the description that go to B&H, click on it. You don't have to buy that item. Then go find what you want, buy it, and I get the commission 30 days later. They have a 30-day window because people can do returns. So as soon as you get a commission, as soon as they make a sale, they're not going like, here, Peter, here's your commission. No, we want to make sure it's not returned and the person doesn't change their mind. So it's got like a 30-day rollover. So it's kind of like a snowball for you guys up north. We don't have snowballs here in Miami. Trust me, I'm not lying to you. We don't have snowballs. Chris, hi Chris. The Sony ZV-1 new camera for vlogging, the lens isn't nearly wide enough. Why aren't people mentioning it? They are mentioning it here and there. Not enough. I wish they would make more noise because I think with Sony, this is my own idea, okay? I'll tell you when it's my own thinking, all right? This is my own thinking, Chris. All right, so I am thinking that they put this camera out at a much lower price than it could have been because the RX100 Mark 7, the RX100 Mark 8, which this camera would have been around $1,200 to $1,300. But instead, they came in at a very aggressive price. So I think they have in reserve a twin. So if they get a backlash, okay, because they should have done it like down to 20, maybe 20 to 55 or something like that. But they didn't. They went 2470. So if you hold it out like this, it's comfortable, but it's tight. It should have been so you can hold it out like that. Okay. So they might have a sister to that camera in the wings, but I think we need to make more noise. And the sister would be like the one for the wider, because then people would say, oh, why didn't you put like a, like a 12 to, let's say it's a 12 to 20 or 12 to 30 or something, 12 to 24. Okay, well, why didn't you go to 50 at least? Well, so they're going to have the two cameras. So 750 and 750, if you buy the set, would give them their $1,500. This is only what I'm thinking. So let's say I'm completely wrong. Well, then the 24 millimeter is a little tight, but when I get the camera in here, which I'm going to try to get it in here, I'll let you know. Okay, but from what I've seen, like I've seen Jordan use it and Chris Nichols and stuff at DP Review, it looks like it'll do, but what if you got a fatter face like me? This is your fatter face. Fat face right here. So I don't want the fat face that close to the camera. Okay. So that is Chris. Thank you for coming in. I hope you subscribed. If you didn't, I'm asking. I want to get up to, what do we need? 10,000 subscribers in order to go and monetize? No, it's really 1,000. Rob, Peter, what? Rob, what? I'm right here. Don't worry. Newbie in the house. MDM. Might have skipped over and above. Is he above me here? I don't see MDM. No, I don't see MDM all the way back to the beginning. So I'm not skipping. I don't skip anybody. You guys think I skip people, but I don't. No, MDM is Mark. I know his name. Oh, wait a minute. He did. All the way back up here. Hi, how's it going, Peter? Hello from Chicago. Did I skip you? I don't remember saying hello. And it was right after David. So it was David Crooks. The blue and yellow shirt, which was green and blue for last night. And then MDM. And then Robster said, hello, Home Alone. It looks like I skipped the whole bunch here. Thank you for telling me. Robster is home alone. Why are you home alone? You're home alone. Oh, that's the movie I was talking about. Thank you for the music. Da 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 da. That, see, it's all coming back to me now. It's the water. I don't have enough water. Thanks, Rob, for putting my butt back on track. So that's the movie. And then I guess I got all excited with answering Rob. Nope, that wasn't Rob. That was Mario. And then we got to David Crooks. Okay, and then I went all the way down and down, and that's Scott on his iPad, if you're following me along. David said that they dropped the rates to 3%. Rob wanted to talk about batteries. Mario, would you do a quick summary of the software and hardware you use? And Jim gave me a wonderful compliment. The stream looks tremendous. Randall asked me, do I get a commission or a finder's fee from B&H? And Chris, who I think is new, I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing a blue dot. And then Peter said, Rob, Peter, newbie in the house, MDM, that's Mark. Might have skipped over above it, so I fixed it. Thank you, Rob. Boy, you guys, you are like family, honestly. So now Nixon is next. Hello, Peter. Hi, family. How's everybody? Nixon, we're doing good. Have you eaten your pancakes for tonight? And hello, Jacques Nathan. We didn't get come. Wait a minute. I'm tired of not knowing the words to these songs. Little drummer boy. You know what they say? Google is your friend. Okay, wait. I have to put the word lyrics. Lyrics. There we go. Come, come. They told me, ba-rum-pum-pum-pum. A newborn king to see, ba-rum-pum-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, ba-rum-pum-pum-pum. To lay before the king, ba-rum-pum-pum-pum. Rum-pum-pum-pum, rum-pum-pum-pum. I can almost hear the music coming in. So to honor him, ba-rum-pum-pum-pum, when we come. Okay, cool. So let's put in something I know I'm going to sing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But when I go to sing it, I will have the lyrics. And good. And what's the other thing that I sing? The closing song I do. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. Lyrics. See, now these things should be in the overlays. And I'm sitting here talking in the wrong mic. Okay. So the other one that I love doing is when I was 17. It was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green when I was 17. All right, so that's the singing mic. And one day, I promise you, unless I go home to be with the Lord, I will get a little reverb to go in there. So where did I leave off? So Norm got me into singing The Little Drummer Boy, and I just did. Thank you, Norm. And Norm wanted to make sure I saw it, so he typed it in twice. Is that what you did, Norm? Did you type that in twice? And Rob says, with the overheat, I was in the dark about 10 at night. Okay. And it wasn't overheating. Very cool night. Flippy screen pulled out to keep cool. The batteries were RAV Power branded. Oh, is that why you used the word RAV? Because I hadn't heard of that brand. Okay, so I didn't recognize it. Sony point finger at batteries, not Sony branded. The batteries can cause overheating. So that's the first place that you would do your diagnosis. Put a Sony battery in there, okay? And then if you don't have a second one, they're about $50. So I usually try to have either two of the OEM, which would be the Sony batteries, or a Sony battery and a plug-in that you stick up into the battery compartment that you plug into the wall. And that's what I've got running on all three of these now. We notice we don't have no more Nikons going out at night. They are actually running. It's not the fact that they're fully charged. It's how they handle and dissipate the heat. The battery design on the Sony, actually probably all of these, even though I don't know to say it, actually help dissipate the heat. So these knockoff batteries probably save money by using something that might get too hot, HOT. So they were fully charged. So that's what you need to look at first. But you don't have the camera, you're going to buy it again. If you don't need the PP1 and the PP2, all the profiles, then buy the A6100. It's the same camera, and you'll save money. But if you do need those profiles, then buy the 6400. Randall, I see you increased your 24 frames per second to 30. Can you do 60 frames tomorrow? Okay, you are like 90% wrong. Okay. It was running at 30 frames per second last night. I double checked. And how did I double check? I went and it records a video, and I clicked and I did Control I to give me the information. Okay, so now I'm in 4K, so I don't have any cameras that do 60p. However, if you go back to maybe the first night here, or maybe the last night before we went over here, that was 1080 60p. All of May was 1080 60p. I don't think I did anything other than 1080 60p. So all the videos from May are 1080 60p, not 1080 30p. Okay? So now when I moved up to 4K, I don't have any cameras that will do 1080 60p. I mean, sorry, 4K 60p. So my hands are kind of tied. If I had the Fuji, it would, but then our bandwidth would get knocked out of the ballpark. I don't know how it would handle it, but when I get the Fuji, I will try it. Okay, so by going to 60p tomorrow, I'm going backwards, and I don't want to go backwards, Randall, to be honest with you. So I'm explaining this, so if you want to see 1080 60p, go to all the videos from the month of May on the other channel, which is just Peter Gregg, youtube.com/PeterGregg. And you'll see all the 1080 60p you want. So, Andre, I was talking about you a little while ago. Hi, Peter. How are you? I am just fine. How are you doing? Running at 4K again tonight makes me different. Makes me feel cool. Where's my sunglasses? Mario, which device is doing the encoding? Is it H.264, 265? What's the frame rate? I'm asking all of this to figure out why and if you would need a better computer. Okay, let me ask your questions. Okay, the encoding is whatever YouTube is requiring, and I happen to know it's H.264. Okay, it also is recording and making it into a file on my computer. So I get a file after I log off of this tonight, and it also is H.264. I have no options for H.265, or I would jump at them in a heartbeat. Now, unless YouTube is told Ecamm and OBS and all that to use H.265, I don't know about that. I know I have loaded up H.265 files to YouTube, but I have no control to in Ecamm to change the encoding on that. So H.264, frame rate is 30 frames per second, and 4K is the choice. Not only in the cameras, which camera am I on? That one. Not only in the cameras, but also in the streaming setups. Okay, so here's where I got my hint, in case you want to know. Okay, if you go to vMix, which is the one that I spoke about for you guys that are on Windows, and you go over there onto their website and you go to resources, okay, they actually have reference systems. So if you're going to be streaming in 1080 60p, they're telling you what pieces of hardware you need in your Windows computer. Now, it also has one if you're going to record or stream in 4K. Okay, so their list, which is not Ecamm, okay, but it's their competitor on the Windows side, says you need the i9 9900 processor to do and handle 4K on a PC. So I'm using that kind of like loosely in terms of it being a reference for me. So as it being a reference for me, I have an i7. I don't have an i9. All right, and the Mac doesn't even tell me which one it is. So like if you go to apple.com, you can get an iMac with an i9 in it. All right, but it doesn't tell me if it's the 9900 because the reference system at vMix is, I'll go over. How about if I turn this on? I'm locked. Okay, so let me unlock this. Open up Safari. Come back over here, and I got to go to the main camera because it's unlocked, and I will come over to here. Now, if I go to vMix, okay, Now I'm going to the website. So this is what you would buy, or I would buy, if I actually had a PC, a Windows. Okay. So I'm going to go to Solutions. No, I'm not going to Solutions. Okay, I'm going to go to Products, vMix Reference Systems. So they got 4 different reference systems: the Ruby, the Opal, the Sapphire, and the I don't even know what that is, Obsidian. Okay. All right. So they don't sell this. They're just telling you what to buy. Okay. So they want you to buy for a motherboard, an X299 motherboard, like a gigabyte, so on and so forth. The graphics card, which is the 11 gigabyte. So I spec'd all this out in case I was going to have to go over there. So this is about a $2,500 to a $2,800 computer. Okay. Tells you what case. It tells you to put this 1 terabyte hard drive, which is an SSD, in there, to use an 800 watt power supply. Okay, now here, the CPU. They want you to use the i9, the 9900X, or the 10900X. And I don't remember who it was, but they told me the 9900 is the current newest and that the 1099 is the new generation. And they want it cooled with this. Okay, so this is a reference system, and they want 32 gigabytes. Okay, so this reference system here is 4K note, frame rates of 25 or 30 recommended, for HD up to 60p. So I'm guessing if I try to do 60p in 4K, that I'm probably going to get the stuttering, which is what I don't like. All right, so I just brought this to show you what I'm seeing for the Windows side. Okay, so I'm thinking it should be fairly close on the iMac side in terms of for reference. All right, so I'm thinking I need this processor. All right, and all this other stuff comes with it. Now I can't get an 11 gigabyte, but I can get, I think, I don't remember what the choices are on the Pro. Now the Pro, you're talking $5,000. $5,000, okay? So while you're doing your figuring, that was a good place, so you can go. That's the only place I've gotten any kind of hints as to what I might need. Okay, because I've connected up with Ecamm. They tapped into my computer. I don't want to be zoomed. They've tapped into my computer. They said, you got more than enough resources to be recording 4K, but all my 4K recordings up until I got this new box were so stuttery, it wasn't usable. Honestly, you wouldn't do that to anybody. All right. So now that I got this new box and I'm not on the USB path, now I'm tapping directly with the what do you call that? The connection, whatever it is, Thunderbolt 3. I'm tapping into the processor. So now since I have an i7, and I can go over here and I can go to live demo and turn that on. And nope, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to show you my resources. Anyway, the CPU is running like at 180, 170, 190%. And that scared me. So I brought that up last night. And everybody kind of calmed me down. Okay, so that's as much as info. I'm trying to lay it on you, Mario. It's everything I know. You can only eat 713? What happened? Your belly got full? You're losing weight, huh? You're looking better. You're looking slim and trim. Handsome young man. I'm not waking Mabel up. Thank you, Peter. He's clapping. You're welcome, Norm. Mary, you made it over here. You're over here with the family. I was thinking about you, and I'm going like, how am I going to get Mary in here? There she is. Smart girl. Thank you for coming over. I hope you subscribed and all that good stuff. I appreciate that. And good to see you. The stream is a little different tonight. I'm showing off a little bit and streaming in 4K because it's almost good enough. It isn't quite like I would like it. As long as I don't do any fast body movements, I'm all right. But if I do the Greek dance, da-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, I start getting a few drop frames, okay? Did you want me to do some Greek dancing for you? Opa! Ah, there we go. The Christmas room. I just decided to check it now, halfway through my stream. So good to see you, Mary. Harry, hello, Jello! Yellow! And Bingo. How are you doing, Harry? Good to see you. Andre, I was wondering, how come so silent tonight? What settings do you have for each video input in the eCam? Not the settings for the output you showed yesterday. I only get one. Okay, one choice. What settings do you have for the input? And that is, first of all, I don't have an input column. But I do have a stream declaration, and it's 2160 at 30 frames per second and high, which means I'm over in the 15 to 18 megabits per second. So I also looked on the software for this guy, and all it does is there's no choices on the software that I downloaded. All it does is it declares each one. Okay, you're shooting at 4K on this one, or you're streaming 4K, and the other one. So I was able to check, and I got it all right. But I wanted to see if they had another choice to maybe kick it up a notch. There is no kick it up a notch choice. So if you're broadcasting in 4K, why is it not an option on YouTube resolution at what you're looking at? So my first question is, are you on Safari? If you're on Safari, you won't see the 4K option. If you're in Chrome, you will see the 4K option. So if I go over to Safari and look at myself, let's go over, let's find my live stream. What a good looking guy. Nope, 1080. That's it. That's all I get. Okay, that's Safari. So you can't get 4K for Safari from anybody, anywhere, anyhow. They do not allow you to stream or read 4K, okay? Even though your computer is more than capable, this is like a 5K monitor. It's got the i7, it's fully loaded. So if you're not on Safari, you should be able to click on the gear, or if it's your phone on the 3 dots, and have a 4K option, unless your phone won't allow you to go to 4K. So take a look around there and see what you come up with. Chris, Bobus, Banana Nana, Fofus, P5 Fofus, Chris, it's the name game. Would you ever consider pre-recording vlog-style videos? Look at my other channel, Peter Gregg. Up until February, I had never done a live stream before. I only started doing live streams right at the very, very end of February because I saw this video on YouTube where in Italy, they were locked in because of the virus, and this guy went out in a neighborhood that had all apartment buildings, and he went on his balcony, and he started strumming the guitar to popular songs, and little by little, everybody came out on the balcony, and they were singing like the whole neighborhood was filled with music, and it put chills. And I'm going like, well, what can I do to help? Everybody is stuck home. So I started live streaming in February. Before that, I had never done a live stream, okay? So they're all pre-recorded. So the reason I started this channel is because this channel is going to be all live streaming. The other channel, which has got 40,000 subscribers, somewhere in that area, is basically all pre-recorded regular videos like you see. So that's where I'm going to do a pre-recorded video for this week, and it's going to go up on that channel, not here. So you need to subscribe to 2 channels. Over here, I can let my hair down. If you notice, we got what? We've got 19 people in here, 20 people. Okay, so I can let my hair down. I can turn on this mic. And when the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, Chris, that's amore. Da la 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 la, basta vazoo, you're in love. Da da la. Okay, so I can let my hair down here. It's live streaming. I'm not constrained to any time limits, except when I get very tired because I am in my 60s, so I don't have the vitality of a 25-year-old, okay? So not only would I, to answer your question directly, not only would I ever consider, but I do that all the time. And I've been doing that since 2007 on the other channel, okay? So the regular pre-recorded, like you just put your SD card in, record it, and you bring all these little SD things into your, I use Final Cut Pro here to do all my editing and everything. They are on the other channel. So your next question should be, why did you start another channel? Because the people that like live streams don't, well, wait, let's reverse it. The people that like the recorded ones like you're talking about don't like live streams. They like to the point, maybe a little bit of my silliness is okay, but not a 2-hour show. So if I do something on like the Canon 90D, or if I do something with the, I hope I'm going to have an A6100 come in here, a Z50, I'm going to get the Nikon Z50 in here. I'm going to get a 90D in here again because people keep asking me questions, so I'll do videos. Those will wind up on the other channel. They'll be pre-recorded, they'll be edited, there'll be an introduction, there's an outro, all that kind of good stuff, okay? Click in the link below if you want to find this and that, that's on the other channel. So for this one, I will do the click in the link below if I talk about something, but then I got to go remember to put it in the link below. So I won't be going, oh, okay. Would you ever consider from your yard or whatever, vlog styles from your yard, tell us life advice or stories from the past. You often talk about heaven, but we don't want you to go there yet. I want to go. I'm ready to go. I've got 60, 70 years here. I'm ready to go. I think it's awesome up there. I think there's 2 planets. One of them is called Paradise. The other one is called Earth. God created both. Actually, God created every planet out there. Okay? And then God created a garden here, and he wanted a family. Like, we got a family here. All right? You could technically say we created our own little family here. So, but he didn't want an angel level. He wanted somebody that was kind of equal to him. So in order to do that, he had to give free choice. So he made a million trees and put them all in the Garden of Eden and said, oh, eat. You want a pizza tree? Eat from the pizza. You want a mozzarella? You get to go to the mozzarella tree. If you want like a McDonald's, a hamburger, you go to the McDonald's hamburger tree. If you want a pizza, you go to the pizza tree. But don't eat from this one tree. Okay, so he had to give them a choice. And that's where the choice came in. Okay, and the rest is history. They ate from the wrong restaurant. Okay, you notice it's always got to do with food. All right, so I don't think I'm going to do that in the front yard because I think the neighbors would probably get their BB guns out and shoot at me. So, and just in case you don't know, just in case, I have a cooking channel. I haven't put anything up on it for about 3 or 4 months. It's called Peter's Kitchen. You'll recognize my face. It's over there. Okay, so look up Peter's Kitchen, and you can see me cook Greek things. And I think on Peter's Kitchen, if you go back far enough, I will tell you the story of how we got Jingles. And I might be also telling you the story of my favorite scripture. Okay? And if you still can't get enough of me, I have a channel that I haven't put up anything in like 8 years, 7 years. Well, maybe something last year. Okay? I did it because I got ticked off at someone. And it's called God Tubing. G-O-D, tubing. Like YouTubing, God Tubing. And that's supposed to be my Christian channel. All right? But I haven't done very much there. So now you got all my little channels that I got out there. And if you still can't get enough of me, I don't know, you want to move in? I'll put you in the next bedroom over there. And you can be like Jingles. Jingles used to sit there and look at me all night. And I go, do you mind changing the channel? Randall, I meant 4K 60 frames. You answered the question about the camera speed. I don't have anything that goes up to 4K 60. And I did do 4K 60 here. All it does is stutter because it's feeding at 30. So it's missing like every other frame, okay? So I did try that to see what would happen, okay? So I wouldn't do that to you or to anybody else, but I did check that out. Mary, I sure hope B&H, they're fine. I spoke with them today. B&H in New York is absolutely fine. I spoke with my friend. He's doing wonderful. They got him working from home to keep them safe. They don't want to go through that stuff. Norm, any thoughts on keeping the comments when you add the live stream to the playlist? I enjoy... so you're confusing me a little bit because I am. You're probably talking about the these things, the chats, okay? Because the comments are underneath. These are the chat comments. So they're not there until it processes, okay? So if you go look at the one from last night, it might not be processed. So let me go look. So I'm not telling you something that's not true because I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, so let's go YouTube. YouTube, it's got an E at the end of YouTube, right? All right. Oh, there's Jonathan. He put up a new song 5 days ago, Falling Stars, and it's his own song. You guys haven't seen that? Jonathan is like another little brother to me. All right, let's put Peter Gregg. That'd be me, in case you're wondering. Who is this Peter Gregg you speak of? Who is this Peter Gregg you speak of? Okay, that's not what I wanted. Wrong. Okay, well, let's look there anyway. So we'll go to my videos. No, I need to go to playlists. All right, so the last playlist that I did was not that one. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, so let's get to the meat of what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's go to the videos. All right, let's go to the live videos. Okay, so I have a video from Wednesday, and let's look at Friday night's video. So if I go to Friday night's video and I tell it to play. All right, are we live? Are we live? I think so. Who is this guy? Oh, can't play that music here. So that's a tough one to answer. Peter, be quiet. Okay, the comments that we're reading now in the chat are there. Okay, so the one, it's just named PeterGreggLive. Boy, how original. That one from May 29th on this channel is fully processed because it's got the icons in there, and that one is there. So yes, answering your question, those are kept. Yes, sir, they are. However, during the time it takes for it to process, they take their time, and they don't show on the what is it, on your side there like that. While they're processing, it won't show that. Okay, so I hope that is what you're asking me. So there's 100% chance. Okay, so let's minimize that. Let's close this and try to get... Did we lose control here? When did you lose control of your show? Here, I'm back. Hi. So where was I? I was Norm. Norm was trying to get me off the track here. I know he was trying to get me off. So yes, the comments are on the side now while we're live. When I sign off, while it's processing, which could take up to a day, they're not there. So you can go look at the May 29 one, which I just did on Safari, where I'm not logged in. So it's kind of like I'm not looking at something where I can see but you can't. You should be able to see all the chat on the side there. And if you can't, Nixon, how old are you? Seriously, how old are you? Because you're using a word that was used before my age. So tell me a little bit of history. Where does the fireside come in? Peter Gregg fireside. There was a president that used to have what he called fireside chats. Okay? And I thought you were a youngster. But if you know about fireside chats and which president did that, I'm really surprised. Okay, because we couldn't say anything against that president. My mother used to love FDR. Okay, and I would say, FDR is the worst president we ever had. And my mother would get the wooden spoon. She said, you want to say that to my face? You want to say that to my face? I'd say, what did I say, Ma? I didn't say anything. She said, you better not say anything. And she'd turn around and I said, all I said was FDR was the worst president we've ever had. Oh, there you go again. You don't talk about FDR. This is my favorite president. So I knew how to push her buttons. And I would push them whenever I could push them. And I'm going to eat an M&M. Here's to you, Ma. I love you. So by you using that, you kind of surprised me. You're not supposed to know about that. Unless you're a student of history. Camera wisdom is great, but I'd love to watch hours, oh my gosh, of your life stories and your advice and more singing and camera stuff. Camera stuff will come and go. We need more of you. That's one of the reasons I can do this every night, except not Saturdays and Sundays. Because it took me a while to realize the camera stuff is important, but the important thing on YouTube is the personality. People like to follow personalities, okay? So on here, I let my personality come through a little bit. So you made me think about something because now I'm curious. I'm going to go back to YouTube and I'm going to look up on YouTube. Where is YouTube? Right here. I'm going to look up Peter's Kitchen. I want to know if I took down those stories, because if I took down those stories, there it is, I can put them up again on another channel. Here's my videos. All right. But I want to order them in a different sequence. Excuse me, I do know what I'm doing. Yes, how we got Jingle Bells. What's my favorite Bible verse? Is 18 minutes. The other one's 11 minutes. And then I did have one about cameras on there on Peter's Kitchen, and I got one from 5 years ago, so you can see what I look like as a mop head. And so I got 2 stories that you can watch there. What is my favorite Bible verse? I'm sitting in a chair. Jingle Bells is sitting in my lap. And I just talk about my favorite Bible verse, okay? And then another one is how we got Jingles, which is my dog. And I'm sitting in the chair and he's sitting on my lap. So there's 2 stories. Oh, right there. There's 2 stories for you. And I'll figure out how to get more stories. Since I know you like the stories, I'll figure out how to do the stories, because the stories are not so bad, okay? There's nothing that says I can't do a lot. That's the story chair. Have you been here long? Okay, that is called the story chair, because that's where I would go. Okay, we'll switch over to the Nikon, and I'll pull this over here. All right. And I would sit in this chair, and they would say, Uncle Peter, tell us a story. So I would sit here, and this was called, where are you? There you are, Chris, the story chair. So there's nothing that says I can't get into a story, but you know, people like Scott and other people will ask me a question where I will actually launch into a story. Okay, like how did the Christmas room come to be? That's a story. I've told it a few times. How did you get Jingle Bells? Well, that's over on the other side, but I'd love to tell that story. I'm not going to answer the question, how did he die and all that, because that gets me, that still hurts after a year and a half. It's hard to deal with. So if you ask the right question, you might get a story. Now don't switch gears to like, oh, I'm going to find the right question. It'll just come naturally. Trust me. And then I launch, and I have to be careful. not to yap too long because we're almost at 2 hours. And what time is it? 12:20. It would be interesting. Wait, I didn't turn Chris off. I'm not turning you off, Chris. I'm taking your comment off here. And then I'm going to put Andre. Andre, Poopy Ennis Andre. That's a Greek song. It would be interesting to test a live stream through OBS, just for a test case. You have more settings. What do you think? Well, you know something? I almost want to say I'm game, but I'm going to need somebody like you to get on the phone and kind of walk me through it, because I sound a little maybe egotistical or a little arrogant, and I don't want it to come across that way. But I have done this launching into new stuff so many times through my years, it's tiring, okay? So I don't want to launch, because there's videos. How to get started on OBS on YouTube. There's videos. Your first time up, how do you get a camera? I started watching them and I said, okay, it looks like this is going to be like a 2-week thing. And then I found Ecamm. And I think that was an answer from God. Peter, use this. I said, thank you, Lord. I'll use that. And I've been stuck here ever since. So what you need to do is you need to make a video, Andre, using OBS, and then share it with us. And I will watch you do the, what do you call it? The OBS thing. Because you're trying to push me into it. How about if I push you into it? I'm kind of joking because it's a little funny. You want me to do it? Why don't you do it? Okay, that's what I would tell my brother. What? Wait, you want me to do it? Why don't you do it? Okay, so I'm being nicer to you, okay, because you're not my brother, but that's what I would tell him. Okay, so Ken, the new i7 10700 is 8 cores, 16 threads, same as the old. Why do you say the old i9 9900? I thought that was like fairly new. Okay, so here's your assignment, Ken. Can I upgrade this computer to that processor? The new i7 10700 8 cores? I don't know if this motherboard will take it. So I would have to actually probably send this computer to somebody that can do upgrades. So if you need to know what my computer is about, I'm not sure, but I think I have a screenshot of my, let's see, let's try this. Nope, that's the Sony. Nope, that's the Sony. I thought I had the info for my camera, my computer, but I don't. I must have taken it out. That's a shame. Okay, because I used to be able to just show you, you know, what my computer was all about. So that's your assignment, Ken. See if I can upgrade. And I'm guessing I'd have to probably send it to someplace like OWC. Actually, I can call them and ask them, can you upgrade my computer? And then if they say yes, I'm gonna be mighty tempted. Yes, I am, because if I can get rid of that little bit of stuttering, I got a beautiful 4K recording studio and a beautiful 4K broadcasting studio. So that's why I'm tempted with the PC. If I buy a PC computer, I can spend like $2,500 instead of like $5,000, because I would rather stay in the Mac if I could, honestly, because I learned all this. Why should I start learning all over again? I can do it. And exactly what Nixon's just going to say now here. When you came back from using the browser, my processor was overloaded and the audio was way off, but it cleared up within 5 seconds. So the processor is right at the point where it's like right keeping up, but I can overload it, okay? And that's why I'm thinking I need just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, okay? Who was it the other night that said, you don't need the iMac Pro, Peter. Just get the iMac, the newer iMac that's got the i9 in it, instead of the i7. That's all you need. So I would like to try that, but they don't let you return these things. And I can't just throw money around. You know, I'm on Social Security now, guys. So I'm not bitching and moaning. I'm just saying I can't be, careless. The i9 10900 is 10 cores, 20 threads. And yeah, see where you see where you wrote, Ken, i9, and then you put more information after it. 1090 is 10 cores and 20 threads. Apple doesn't tell me that part. Only tells me that I can buy it with an i9. So does the i9 have lower stuff also? Because what if they screw me over? You know, so I would have to actually write a question to Apple. But if I go to apple.com to look at the statistics, you can do that right now. Just go to apple.com, go to iMac. Don't go into the Pro. Go into just the iMac, and then click Buy. When you click Buy, pick on the 27-inch, and then look at the processors as the first set of choices. They don't give you the information, and it really aggravates me because I'm learning this information. So now as a consumer that knows what I'm looking for, you know, I would like to know what's in those computers. And Harry agrees with me. See? Yep. Thank you, Harry, for backing me up. I knew we were becoming more and more family here. I seen that. Nixon, I'm too old for Mabel. Ah, so you do know who FDR is. Peter, please go to the activity monitor, right-click and choose show CPU usage to get. I did that the other night. I can do that again. It's no problem for me. It might actually still be open. I'm just looking to see if I still have it. Yep, it's still open, Andre. So here's the activity monitor. Okay, let me actually go someplace where I can show you my screen, which is right here. And now I'm going to show you my screen. And now you can see my activity monitor. So tell me what you would like to see, and I will try to accommodate you. So this is showing you all this stuff. If I actually start talking about it, you guys will start to realize how dumb I am because I'm not that smart on this. But it did scare me when I saw my CPU. So now you can comment on this. You guys that are, wanting to see my activity monitor. So that's my activity monitor. So here's the memory. If I go to memory, okay, this is what's being used in the memory. So 1Password is using the most memory. I don't even see Ecamm using my memory. Got to be using the memory, right? How about if I sort memory? Okay, Ecamm Live is using 10 gigabytes of 40. I have 40 gigabytes. Okay. Oh, here's threads. Cool. Here's how many threads I'm using, everybody. I finally learned that. There we go. Okay, and here's the ports. If this is speaking to anybody, if it's talking computer language to you guys, I'm glad. I'm very happy. And if I go back here is the CPU. So that's why I didn't see threads before. Okay. Oh, I did. Here's my threads. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it's using 237 threads. Is that a lot? Okay. The disk. Okay, so it's constantly writing because this is writing this show right here. How about the network? Does that tell me anything here? Ecamm, these are the packets. I don't know what PID means. Okay, so this is the packets that's been going. Is this telling you people anything interesting that's all into this stuff? Okay, or am I starting to bore everybody? So that's what we got going. So if you want, freeze this now. Just pause it because I'm going to turn this back off. And I'm going to come back here and I'm going to come back to my camera. Okay, so that's my activity monitor. If that helped where you have some things? Okay, good. Okay, let's go back to the Nikon. Let's see if the battery died yet. The battery isn't going to die because I have the dummy battery that's plugged into the wall down there. Let's not fall over, Peter. Okay, you know what you need? I'll tell you what I need. I'll tell you what I need. I need a few M&Ms. And I'm going to enjoy every single one of them. Nixon is giving away his age. Windows Chrome has 4K for me. Yes, but not on Safari. Oh, well, that's interesting. I can't help you with that. Actually, I have a no-name 4K TV in my bedroom. I should go turn that on and see. Well, I don't want to use up my bandwidth. Nixon, my 4K Sony YouTube app has 4K option for the live stream. Can you choose? What if you put it down to 1080? How does it look? Or are you even allowed to do that? Or you have to do what I'm streaming? The reason I'm asking is because maybe I'm hurting people by streaming in 4K. Ken says, yes, I have the option generally, but not on any of Peter's 4K broadcasts. Not sure why, that's what I asked. Seems like a problem, probably on my end. Yeah, I would think so, and here's why. Because if I go in the live demo mode and I show you the settings, this is the stream information right there. So it's 4K 2160p. Okay, and the frame rate is 30 frames per second, and I'm using the higher bit rate. See, it says under here, broadcast with a higher bit rate. This setting may be automatically deactivated if Ecamm can't stream video fast enough. I've only seen a warning one time where that ever came up and said can't stream, and I think that was one of the nights that the internet was just crazy all the way up and down Florida. So Andre, if you want to see the price for the EOS R5, go to f64.ro and type in the search box, divide the price by 4.5 and exclude the 19% VAT. Why don't you just tell me what the price is? What did it wind up being? Was it $39.99 or was it under $3,700? The store is like a B&H in Romania. So do the math and tell me what it comes out. I'm curious what these guys are coming out with. I watched the world's best chocolate chip cookies you made earlier in the year, Peter. They're still good. Actually, what I did is I overmake, and then I put them in dough balls, and I put them on a cookie sheet, not cooked. And I put the sheet in the freezer, and then when they're hard as a rock, I take them out, I put them in baggies, I zip the baggie, I squeeze out as much air, okay? And then I just take out maybe 2, 3, 4 cookies, what I want to eat tonight, and then I take them and put them on a regular cookie sheet, and I put them in the oven, I think 22 minutes, or was it 17 minutes at 350? Voila! Fresh chocolate chip cookies that are amazingly good. So thank you for watching that. The rice pudding is out of this world. If you have an Instant Pot, that rice pudding is like better than sex. No, not really, but it's that good where it competes. Where should I try buying an Elgato capture card? I'm leaning towards an A6100 or a 6400. Thank you for your help, Peter. They're going to be very expensive. Now, let's see if I remember. Is it Joey? Put your name when you write, and then a dash. So put Joey hyphen, and then write it. And then when you do that for a couple of nights, I'll remember. I'll associate it. But now I'm trying to remember the one time you told me. So I don't want to say the wrong name. 6100 would be great. Those capture cards are what you can't get. Okay, so you can get that's not the only one you can get is the Elgato LiveCam 4K. You can just keep looking around, but they'll say in stock. But here's the catch. Look at the delivery date. Because what they're doing is they're ordering them from Taiwan or China or something. It's going to take a month and a half to 2 months to get one in here. So these people that make these, they're not sleeping. They're making them. So they're going to come to market, I would say, within the next few weeks, because that's what people want to buy. So you just kind of be a little bit patient. Okay, so what can you do if it's absolutely positively a necessity? Okay, so you're out, or your little escape pouch, hatch, okay, is if you don't own one, look for like a low price Canon camera that you could pick up used, like an M50, an 80D, even a 70D, okay, something that's low priced. Because that will let you use the USB so that you can live stream, okay? So that's why you want the Elgato capture card, right? Now, the A6100, I don't think it can use the USB port, but I would check into that first, because then you have to buy anything, okay? It's not the same quality. The USB stream is not the same quality as a HDMI, but it's not like bad. Okay, it's not like bad where it's like, oh, I don't want that. It's just a step down in quality, but it's more than suffices. So what camera do you actually have now? Okay, I'd like to know what you have in your house right now. And then I can work with that. Or how to debone a chicken. I did that live. I took this guy here. I took the GH5. And it's a tripod. It's sitting right here next to me, okay? So I took the tripod and the camera, and I have a 35-foot HDMI cable. I started deboning the chicken to put into the chicken to put into my soup, and I'm going like, dang, I'm lonely, you know? So I started singing songs, and I said, no, let's go live. You know, when you go live, there's a feeling. You get a feeling, even if one person is watching, or no. You just know that you're exposed. Like you wouldn't come out of your bedroom in your underwear. Normal guys wouldn't. If you do, okay, whatever. All right. So I brought the camera in there and I started deboning the chicken live. And I think I got all the way up to 9 people that joined in. And I enjoyed myself. And I deboned 2 chickens. So that's on the Peter's Kitchen channel for you guys that are going like, what is he talking about? Okay, it was a Sunday or a Monday. I had to get the chickens that I bought that are cooked into my soup. So I had to take the meat off the bones. So I started and I said, this is going to be a long job and I'm by myself. So I washed my hands. I came in here. I grabbed this tripod. I went live. And I connected the HDMI in the kitchen. I didn't put up no lights. It was just, I looked scruzzy. So there's a live feed on my kitchen channel of me taking the meat and just blabbing for 2 hours. How long did it take me to get the meat off that chicken? I don't even remember, Nixon. So I was just talking and talking and talking, you know. So who is it? Was it Chris that wants to see more of me? Go over there and watch me debone a chicken. I'm just yapping. Harry said, Nixon, I seen that too. Oh, now you guys are going to make me feel bad. Nixon, again, browser open, audio delay. Yeah, those are things I can't handle. So, I mean, I can't address, so I can't handle doing anything about it. Reagan had fireside chats too. I'm not old enough to remember FDRs. Oh, that's cool. Andre, I don't have a capture card. What do you got over there? What are you using? And you're not going to get one now, Andre. It's maybe in July or something, we'll see the market ease up. So I feel bad. God blessed me. I was able to get what I needed, you know. And it was, it just was in the right place at the right time. So I really have to give the credit to the Lord on that. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here, and I would still be using the USB port and going in over here, and there'd be nothing wrong with that, but now you can't get an ATM Mini, and people are scrounging for those. Peter Gregg Legacy Channel, please, hours of subject matter and stories, reference guide I can refer to long after you're gone. Please, seriously. Okay, I get the message. When I lay down tonight and I say my prayers, I will ask God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to talk about? Okay, that type of thing. So tell me a little bit about you, Chris. Tell me how old you are. What is it that interests you? Why do you find me fascinating? And who else do you find fascinating that you want to hear more from them? Because what happens is a person will click with another personality. There's this lady that I don't think she speaks English. Her name is Melinda. Melinda something official channel. And she just plays guitar with her little chihuahua. And song after song, maybe 1 or 2 a week. And she's just sweet to look at. I just love watching her, and she never talks. And I subscribed after the second song. Is boom, hit that subscription button. Okay, so Nixon says, depends on the socket in your motherboard. See, I can't open this computer to see. Okay. No, the new 10th generation Intel processors use different motherboard. So Nixon is agreeing with him. So we're back to the same place. Ken, Apple has not updated the iMac to the new Intel generation CPUs. I sent you an email, Peter, about upgrading your computer, keeping the iMac. Okay, I will be eager to read that. If you go to apple.com, they show you the cores. Right, so that's the 8 core, the 10 core, and the 12 cores, right? But they don't show you the threads, and they don't tell you if the i9, which one is it? If it does tell you, I missed it, honestly, Andre. So, I mean, I don't want to buy an i9 that's a number under 9900, if that even exists, I don't know. Okay, but if I see i9 9900, at least I know I'm fairly current, okay? Now, if you go up in cores, boom, 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 the price. So if I go from 8 cores to the 10 cores, okay, what does it add? Like another $1,000 to the computer? That's too stiff for me, okay? And the CPU type. No, right-click on the icon and choose Show UPS, Show CPU Usage. I did. Didn't I? Did I do it wrong? The icon, oh, from the dock. Okay. Right-click. Monitors. Show CPU usage. Okay. Okay, I got that. It's showing me. Okay, so let's go here. And let's go here. Okay, so this is what came up. Doesn't seem to be moving. Oh yeah, it did move, didn't it? Is that what you're looking for, Andre? Okay, so it's showing me it does move. How come they're not labeled? I like to activity monitor. I like to know what I'm looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm guessing I have an 8 core or a 4 core. Why am I asking you? I can look about this Mac. I have a quad core, a 4.2 quad core i7. So you can see this. Is it dangerous for people to see your serial number? Somebody told me never to show it. So if it is, I'm sorry, I showed it. Okay, so I will turn that off. So I have a quad core, so it is moving. So I don't know if this is telling you anything, Andre. If it is, good for you. You handsome stud, you know what you're talking about, and I don't. Well, I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to watch it. That's cool. Oh, and the CPU type. Okay. CPU history and usage. It doesn't say CPU type, but you should have seen that. Options. Nothing about CPU type. I'm looking for the word type. just an FYI. So I did not see a CPU type. Okay, I did that, the icon from the dock, and you will get a floating little window with a CPU usage chart. Okay, I just showed that to you. Did that help you in any way? None of them are maxing out. How about if I do something weird? Like, let's play Liam's video, and you can still...
Okay, Peter, this is a great piece. And this video is only for you, Peter. You for so much. And I love you.
Actually, it went down a little bit. Where are you? Over there. It went down a hair. And then when I came back here, and now it's back up to what you were seeing when I showed it to you before. So, there we go. No, Apple still uses the 9th generation processors. It shows the i9 9000, which is an 8-core, 16-thread one. Okay. So why are we doing all this talking? Is because I would like to up whatever is needed so that this little bit of stuttering that I get disappears. Okay. You'll see it. I call it stuttering, but basically it's like frame skipping. So right now, it's not doing it. But if I stop, it gets settled in. And then if I start to move, sometimes it'll skip badly. Now it's doing okay. Okay. So which camera am I on? I'm on the Olympus. Okay. I wonder if I change cameras if it makes a difference. So I just changed to the Nikon. Nothing changed on that little monitor. I'm watching that monitor now, Andre. I got something to watch. Okay, so it sounds, where am I? Let's turn this off. Let's turn this off. Okay. All right. Sounds like Randall may know about upgrading your current iMac. Yeah, he said he sent me an email, so I'm going to read that. The price seems to be around $3,900 USD. Okay, that's for the R5. So I was thinking $3,999, under $4,000, but it'll be some kind of a weird number, like $3,899 or something like that. That's a great price. If I was active in weddings, I'd pick that up in a heartbeat, because I'm just going to have to send that in taxes. So, you know, I have to spend, when I was active, a certain amount of money every year. So when they had the new cameras, people are going like, how do you buy all these new cameras? Well, when you have to send in a check for like $15,000, $20,000 at the end of the year, okay, it hurts. What do I get in return? Just a smile. Oh, wait, we don't even give a smile anymore. Have you ever dealt with like a government worker? If I call and talk to the Florida State Department of Revenue, they aren't the nicest people on the block, I can tell you that. I got to make some now, and I'm sure he's talking either about chocolate chip cookies, rice pudding, or chicken soup. My guess is it's not about chicken soup. Good for you, Harry. My YouTube app allows me to select resolution. If it's 4K 2160, it says 4K. If it's 1080, it says HD. Mine's the same. I can select 144 through 2160. If 4K is available, or 144 through 1080 if 4K is not available. Okay, I agree with what you said, Nixon. Yes. Ken says, Peter's i7 7700 is on the LGA 1151 socket. Good for me to know. Which the i9 9900 uses. So maybe a processor upgrade is doable. All right, let me see what Randall said. He sent me an email. I'm not going to show you his email because that, there we go. Apple has a program where you can trade in your old iMac to trade in for a new one for a discounted price. That is what I meant last night for you instead of the iMac Pro. I think they give me very little, like, I think this computer can be sold like for $1,500 and they give me like $800. Okay. Oh, I got an answer from Epidemic Music. Unfortunately, there is no easy way of swapping out your channels. You will need to cancel your current subscription connected to the old channel. Once canceled, you can resubscribe with a brand new connection, different channel. Okay, all the best. Okay, at least he didn't tell me 1,000 different things. Okay. So Epidemic Music, either I have to buy another subscription here and or cancel the other one if I don't want to spend another $144, or go with the ones that you guys were recommending, or audio blocks, sorry. I'll check into it. I'm just looking for a way. Craig, hi Craig, I got your email. Thank you for your email. You're on my prayer list. I'm behind you. I got your back. Okay, you're not just left alone out there. So thank you for the email, telling me what's going on a little bit. Respect to you and love, okay? So, hi Peter, sorry I'm late. Late? Why are you so late? It's almost 1 o'clock. I started at 10. Well, actually I started at 10:30. So how long we been up? We've been up 2 hours and 25 minutes. Has anyone noted that your compressed audio has some background hiss? I noticed it on Friday night as well. On the new 4K channel as on the old 1080. Tonight that hiss should be 85% less. Okay, so I did do some work on that today. So there's almost no hiss. But what you actually do hear is the fan in the next room, which I can't do without. So I can get rid of that little 10 to 15% by turning the fan off, but I can't do a show without that thing giving me a gentle breeze all night long. So that's just part of the, what do you call it, the baggage that comes with me. But what was wrong last night was the compressor was set way too strong, so it was taking that little bit and accentuating it. So tonight it should be back like it was on the other channel a week or two ago, where if you listen really closely, you can hear that fan, but I've got it pretty far away, and I have it set on low. But I can hear it, definitely. And the mic that's underneath my shirt is going to pick it up. So tonight is not, last night was the worst. So if you go to last night's, really, really bad. Okay, tonight we're kind of like back in the groove. And the reason that it's not completely gone is I've pumped up the input volume. So this way I can talk a little more normally instead of yelling. If you notice last week, or the ones from May, I do a lot of talking at that volume. But the advantage that I have now is I have a limiter on it, so it won't be doing that. Here we go. Thank you, Joey. No camera yet. Joey says, no camera yet. I've been using my laptop and working on lighting and angles. I looked a lot at the M50 available, and don't buy that, and the A6100 or similar. Eventually want 2 cameras, perhaps an ATM Mini, but won't the... There's a continuation in here. M50 will not work well over the HDMI. No, it won't. Maybe that's the best way to start. I think your video said a capture card and the ATM Mini work well together. If you can get your hands on the ATM Mini, let's go back to the first one, Joey. You could start with the USB, and I think you'll say to me, what's Peter's problem? This looks perfectly fine. Okay? So now, I do have to ask, is your laptop a Windows-based or an Apple-based? If it's an Apple-based, the ATM Mini has got USB-C. So if you use the USB-C out of the ATM Mini and go to a USB-C input, you're going to get the best juice you can out of the USB channel. Okay? So if you have a Windows computer, you're going to be forced to use the USB 3.0. Okay? It'll still be okay. All right? But it would be better if you can do USB-C to USB-C, or Thunderbolt as they call it. Okay? I think it was 1 hour and 4 minutes. That's all it took me to take the meat off the chicken. That wasn't too bad. But for you guys that were there with me, thank you. You kept me company. And this is Joey. And no, the M50 is not clean HDMI. M6 Mark II is. You're far better off with the A60-100. Okay, you got new problems with that compared to the Canon. Okay, but if you've got a USB input, something like the 80D will use the USB output directly into a Windows computer, but not a Mac computer. But I believe that will be coming probably in June. My guess. Making chicken bone broth has been the best cooking upgrade I've made recently. Delicious. Yes, chicken bone broth is excellent. As a matter of fact, there's something called Ancient something where you can get bone broth protein powder, and I've been using some of that in my smoothies because the bone broth stuff is supposed to be very healthy for you. Mario says 4 cores, 8 threads, that's why you see 8 bars. They're all sitting there happy. Nothing's hitting the top. And I'm not staggering. I'm rocking back and forth, guys. Okay, I'm seeing drop frames. Okay, now while I'm doing this, the 8 bars, the first one is climbing. Okay, let's do a little bit of walking around. Yep, it went up another box. So it's using the CPU when I walk around. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How about cooking something up with me? Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so the first column, Mario, has now climbed, but it's not more than 75%. So I need somebody to come up with an intelligent guess as to why I get the drop frames. I get them even if I use QuickTime. In other words, what if Ecamm is the problem? Okay, let's get rid of Ecamm. So close everything down, open up QuickTime. Now in QuickTime, I can actually choose to record in ProRes, and I do. Okay, the same stutter I see here is in QuickTime. I've also opened up OBS, and I've figured out how to bring a camera in. The same exact stutter I see here is in OBS also. So I've tried to eliminate if Ecamm is the problem or not. So let's say Ecamm was the problem. So now I have 2 choices. I can go to OBS and start a learning process all over, or I can just come out of the window, out of the Mac, and just get a Windows computer dedicated for the Christmas room. That's the 2 choices. But since I'm so close, okay, I'm just trying to figure out this one question. What is it that I need a little bit more of so that it doesn't stutter? Okay, maybe it could be something as simple as the Blackmagic card, because their competitor is called Magwell or whatever. Okay, and if you read the reviews, they go like, all my troubles disappeared when I went to the Magwell card, but those cards are like $1,500–$1,600 just for the card. At that point, let's go over to the Windows computer. Okay, actually, before anybody gets excited, let's not do anything. Okay, just so you know what I'm doing. Okay, so that little bit of stuttering that I got is all I'm trying to get rid of. Nothing more than eating a couple of M&Ms. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it's that superficial. That I just need whatever it is that I need a little bit more of. That's what I want to get. Maybe the memory is not fast enough. Okay, you might want to ask me what memory I have, and I won't be able to answer you. Okay, so Andre says, yes, keep that open, and now you can see how. Okay, so as soon as I put your comment up on the screen, everything jumped up, and now it all just went back down. So just the action causes the CPU to come in, but nothing hits the top. Nothing hits the top. Boy, that looks big, huh? Oh, it's not moving. Because that's what it looks like. See, they never hit the top. So where's Andre's comment? Andre's comment. So if I remove Andre's comment, it all comes down. If I add Andre's comment, it moves up for a second, and then watch it come right back down. And then it comes back down. So that's what that looks like. Let's go back to the Nikon. And that's what doesn't happen. The CPU does not go full on those bars when I get the stutter. Those bars don't move a lot. They honestly do not move a lot. And that's probably why Ecamm said, we don't see why you can't be doing 4K properly. So that comes down to the USB pathway, which Andre, you and I got rid of. Okay, so what do we got now? We are on Thunderbolt 3. So now, and I'm using their cable. I know, I can hear your mind. Are you sure you're using the right cable? The cable that came with it, and in the instructions it said make sure you use a Thunderbolt 3 cable, and there's one included in the box. Okay, so I am using their Thunderbolt 3 cable. And the same thing happens, like I explained, on everything. OBS and just plain QuickTime. Hardware-wise, I'm 90% sure what you have is already enough. Pop, 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 pop. Nixon, I seriously dislike Apple's lack of right to repair style of business. I always build my own desktops. In the Windows world, yes, you can get in there. Okay. Like I said, could be the memory. It could be the card. Maybe it would be better to lower the volume from ATM and rise it from the LAV. ATM doesn't have great preamps. Okay, I will check. Here's MDM. Hey Peter, could you recommend a cheap zoom for a full frame Canon camera? Now, why do you want the cheap? What's with the cheap? Go over to Sigma. Go to a Sigma Art lens, and you will get a very good solid zoom. Make sure it's one of their newest, because their older ones, not so good. Tamron, the DI-X something, also are their high ends. So I would recommend that also. Canon has announced the Mac software for their Livestream software. They did? Where did you see that? I would like to see that. I can make a video on that. Hey, Peter, you want to make a video? Yes. Okay, well, here it is. So let's go to Canon Rumors. Thanks, but no thanks. They haven't said anything there. So tell me where you saw it. I would like to be able to actually open the window and show everybody. Well, how about if we go to Canon.com? Let's start that. Canon.com. I'm just looking in Safari. Nope, there's no mention of it. So where did you see it? Can you tell me where you saw it? I would like to know if that's possible. Global Canon. Latest news. Partial extension of temporary suspension of the Canon headquarters in Tokyo. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so I'm not able to find anything. So Jonathan, if you know where you saw it, I would like to know, because I have a YouTube channel here and I can make a video on that. That would be very nice. Yes, it would. All right, Mario, there could be many reasons for the drop frames. You have to test it in your PC before going to the internet. Yes, even when I just record here, even when I just watch. Don't record, don't go to YouTube, just watch. Just look at it. And if I do this, okay, this was not even possible before that card that Andre got me into, okay? So the only test that I could actually do that wouldn't cost a lot is to get a single camera card and put it in this box and bypass the Blackmagic card. And if I get a sudden change where I'm going like, wow, okay, then I can say, well, maybe the Blackmagic card is tripping up. It's possible, okay? I don't think so. And then I would have something to look at. So that might be a cheap way to do a little testing, Mario. So, record a video on your PC without compression. The loss frames could be caused by compression. So this is what my Mac guru friend that hovers over me and first thing he told me, shut off that eCam, reboot your computer, don't start anything up, okay? As a matter of fact, he wanted me to create a new user so nothing would be loading up, okay? So we did all that. Then he had me go to QuickTime. QuickTime is built into Apple, okay? Now he said just click record a new recording. I said, okay, I did that. Okay, now it's asking questions. He says go down to quality. He says and see where it says ProRes instead of H.264. H.264 would be heavier for the computer to process. ProRes would be easier because it is Apple's own thing. We did that, same stuttering, okay? So it's there. That is qualified. So when people start to go, oh, look here and look there, I have had the best of the best use where I'm not even logged in, okay? So it's in the system someplace. And that's what everybody's trying to help. And boy, let me tell you, I sure do appreciate it because it's like, I don't know that much. Craig says, thank you so much. Peter, did you watch the creator of eCam on Livestreaming Pros Friday? Yes. He does not recommend Mac Pro because it does not have the hardware accelerated chip like the iMac. That's been true since 2011 or 2012. So yes. And that's why, remember I said I have a Mac Guru? I said, how about if I get one of the older Mac Pros? This is before I bought this one. He says, no, 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 no. There's a chip in there that the Mac software uses that actually is separate from your CPU, and that chip is where the encoding is done and processing is done. So you need to buy a MacBook Pro, a 2016, or this was in 2017, or a new iMac 2017. And that will make it so that your MJPEG, I was fighting with MJPEG back then, will be minute for minute. So if you've got a 15-minute file, it'll take 15 minutes to export it out, okay? So I trusted him. I bought it, and sure enough, okay, something that would take hours, okay, now became like 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 12 minutes, okay? And then the 5D Mark IV left, and I went into other cameras like Panasonic, and they just fly through this system with the greatest of ease, like a flying trapeze, okay? So yes, you cannot get, now the new the new Mac Pro, okay? He did not address that clear enough. He said that one's got so much power, and he said, boy, if somebody has problems, then we can order one. There would be a reason for us to order one, okay? So no one ever qualified if the new Mac Pro, the one that looks, like he said, it's a homage to cheese graters, okay? It looks like a giant cheese grater, even worse than the other one, okay? I don't mean that negatively. I kind of like the look of it. But he never said if that chip was in that Mac Pro, okay? So I'm going to ask Osvaldo. Osvaldo is my Mac guru. Does that one have it? But you're talking $7,000. I mean, we're daydreaming there, okay? For less than half the price, I can move over to a PC. Now, you know what would be the cat's meow? You know what would be ironic? Is I'm not doing it, but what if I bought a PC, I set it all up, I even use my little card, I plug it in, And lo and behold, I get the same stinking static. Not static, stuttering. Okay, and this is why Andre said, check your cables. Make sure your cables are okay. So I've got 5 cables. I have juggled cables so many times in here, I'm confused as to what cable goes where. Okay, so you need a mini on the camera side. Okay, the other thing I could do, okay, if you guys want to go to low-priced extremes, I can get a converter that will go from HDI and convert to SDI, and then get an SDI cable, and then get an SDI card where you plug it directly into the computer with SDI. So you say, what does that do? Well, HDMI has got this much bandwidth, okay, and HDMI 2.1 has got like that much bandwidth, and SDI has like that much bandwidth. It's crazy, okay? Not only that, each SDI cable can go up to 300 feet. Me, I got to keep it at 15 feet or under, okay? So that's another possibility. Aren't you guys getting bored of this? So where did I leave off with Craig? Yes, I watched him. That was Glenn, by the way. Ken is the other one. He's the very techie tech of the twins. They're twin brothers. Here's my Andre, and who said Andre left? Nokishita just announced that Sony added to the list new lens, the 1224 2.8 Grandmaster. No, not interested. I'm moving to Canon. But you still got your ears over there. I'm noticing that. I was going to say, I figured I better not say anything. But you put the icing on the cake for me, Andre. Nixon says, I wonder if your video RAM is maxing out and using internal RAM. Well, we looked a second ago, and the GPU usage was almost nothing. Almost nothing. So I will go over to the GPU, CPU, memory, and here's the CPU. Okay, and GPU is 5.8%. Okay, the CPU is 164%. The threads, which I now get to see, thank you guys for teaching me that, is 111. So if I could figure out, maybe I'm going to write to Ecamm. Oh no, they're going to tell me they're using that little chip for the processor. Maybe that little processor is getting overloaded here in 4K. Very interesting. Nobody ever picked on that processor before. I'm picking on it now. Okay, so that's Nixon, and thank you, Joey. Joey says, I used to work for Apple and was a tech. What's your phone number, dude? The 4 cores emulate 8 in most 64-bit operations. There are many background processes that run and don't automatically mean your system has a bottleneck. Okay, Joey, get into this conversation. Where am I getting the stutters? Such a simple question. However, it's stumped Ecamm, and it's also stumped Elgato. Elgato is still sending me follow-up. I don't even own their 4K live cams anymore. Okay, but you see how I do that, and then we'll drop in a stutter, okay, and stuff like that. That's what I want to get rid of. It's so simple. Nixon, cheese and rice makes everything right. How about rice pilaf? Do you know how to make rice pilaf? I do. And not only that, I know how to make it in the Instant Pot, the Greek style, rice pilafi. Every time you do something on the PC, the amount of threads increase. You have hundreds of threads that have to channel through 8 lines. When you move, they are rearranged. You're right, when I move, those little bars go up and down. Okay? So, let's see. You said QuickTime record. I will try to simulate somehow a live stream and test it on my MacBook. All right, if you have a MacBook, if you come up from just booting up, okay. Oh, you said you don't have a capture card. Okay. All right. You have built-in QuickTime because that's an Apple program. It goes, it's like that. It's built in. You can't get rid of it. Okay. That is how you can record the cleanest without involving anybody. No eCam, no, not even Facebook, FaceTime, whatever that's called. So you can record on QuickTime. Open QuickTime and make sure the menu is up across the top. And then under Edit, you can record new scene. When you click on that, it doesn't immediately start. It'll give you a window. In that window, there's like a down arrow triangle. I call it a titty. Okay? Click on that and you can set regular quality or high quality. Regular quality is H.264. My Mac Guru did not want me to record in H.264. It's more processor intensive. The other choice, the high quality or extreme or whatever the highest one is ProRes, a low level of ProRes. That is much easier on the processor because it's all built in to handle that. That's when he told me, your computer's not handling it. Because if it doesn't do it right there, there's no program that's going to come in and do it better. Okay. So Joey says, I run with the Mac Air 2015. The program requires 2.0 and runs well. Nothing much else though. Specs aren't law. Okay. Sarah Deutsche on her YouTube channel. Okay, remind me what we were talking about this. I sent you an email about this. Okay. Did you send me another email? Because I already looked. Yes, I see the red lights on. Okay. Thank you, Randall. I appreciate it. I thought I saw it on Simon's channel. No. I will have to check it, but that's, we got to go past rumors. I go a little more solid than rumors here, guys. No problem. Okay, sit up straight, Peter. Yes, Ma. So, Nixon, in your system settings, I think you said you're using a GTX 560. It's a 580, but it's the, not the GTX, it's the other one. I'll tell you the name of it in a second. It's the Radeon Pro 580 8 gigabytes. And I'm using, what did I say? Like 3.8% or 5% of those 8 gigabytes. Very little. Randall says Radeon 580. Okay. 8 gigabytes of RAM for his graphics on the iMac. See, Randall knows. Randall knows. He paid attention. Thank you, Randall. I'm wondering if the VRAM is maxing out and the system is using system RAM. That would be the video RAM, right? 5.8%. Wouldn't it be maxing out at 100%? So we're not even at 10%. We're not even at 8%. So, no, I got that. I knew what you were saying. No problem. Wondering if the VRAM, oh, I did that. I think besides a new processor, but a better graphic card too. Well, that's what the upgrade would do. Okay. Thanks, Randall. That should be plenty. True. Couldn't hurt. I tried to post a link, but not sure it came through. Look at Canon Watch, second page. Canon Watch is one of the ones I do watch. Canon Watch. Okay, we'll go down to the bottom. Canon R5 price shows up again at another retailer. Capture 1 gift cards, made in America. Let's go down to the bottom. Okay. Page 2. Let's go to page 2. Canon released EOS webcam utility beta for the Mac operating system. Okay, that's all I need to do is see it in writing. I'll give you just a little bit of an insight. I know what's going on, but unless I see it documented somewhere else where I can say that's where I saw it, I can't mention what I know. Okay? So Canon first released the EOS web utility for Windows. Now a Mac OS version is available. The webcam utility is free and turns your camera into a webcam. Okay, so May 27th, the EOS webcam utility has now expanded and now available for Mac OS users. Unveiled today by Canon USA. That is authoritative. So now I can say, yes, that's coming out any day. Here it is. Okay, so if I do that before, they will not trust me. Okay, so there's things that I need. I'm seeing there's things that I know. Unless it's documented and I can point, that's where I saw it. Don't be telling me I gave away the family secrets. I can't say anything. Okay, so let's click on that and let's go over and take a look. Okay, select your model below. Oh, good. This is great because I think I'm going to get the webcam utility for the Canon, the Mac forum, and the Windows forum. Okay, select your model below. Okay, now here's something that I should not say, but I don't think anybody watches this. How many people we got in here? Okay, but see, now they're going to be able to come back and say, this is where you said it. All those different cameras, okay, how do I say this? It's all the same program. I don't know how to say it. It's all the same program. I'm thinking of how to say it. Doesn't matter which one you download. I'm not quite sure how to say it. It's all the same program. Did you read between the lines? Doesn't matter which one you download. Shh. And if anybody comes here and says, yes, it does, you're going to get one right between the eyes. Okay. So thank you for showing me that. Okay, who showed me that? How can that be there and nobody is making a big issue out of it? Because that is major. Page 2, Jonathan. Jonathan, you just freed my hands, buddy. You just freed my hands. I know what video I'm making tomorrow. Okay? So, now, we can revisit some of the old people that we were talking, old comments that we were talking. If you have a Canon camera and you are on a Mac computer, download that beta software. Any one, pick one. They're all the same program. So why is there so many choices? Don't be telling me that they're not different. They're not different. That's how they could see which cameras are the most popular, okay? By counting the downloads there. Okay, so now, Andre, you got an iMac there. I mean, you got a laptop. If you got a Canon camera, USB connection right to it, buddy. That's all you needed. Don't run any other EOS utility at the same time. They're all using the same SDK. So they're built on an SDK, okay? And that SDK that they created is stripping out the layer where it says 1/60th of a second shutter, the f-stop, all that. That's what that beta software is doing. You can do the same thing in the regular one, okay, the EOS utility, but it is not stripping out what shows up from the HDMI feed, okay? So what this beta does is it takes it down to the sensor only, okay, that's coming through, that's going to get recorded, because the recording doesn't show your f-stop and your shutter speed and all that, okay? So they're taking that SDK is connected to the other part of the EOS utility, which is why you can't use two of the utilities at the same time, okay? So you'll use this one, And all it's doing is it's taking out and giving you a clean, quote unquote, HDMI. But it's not going through HDMI, it's going through a USB cable. So, and you've got the 70D. There's cameras that are not listed here. Okay? If your camera is not listed here, you try it anyway. And that's for the Windows side too. Don't go, oh, my camera's not there. Download the darn thing and try it. Okay, they just haven't tested it on that particular camera. They don't have all those cameras laying around. So this opens the door for everybody on Windows, and we got like huge news going on here. Okay, and it's going on at 3 hours into this program. Okay, so that's why I said tomorrow it's in writing. I didn't breach any privacies here. All right. So now I could tell everybody in a video something very important. Joey was asking me, where can I get, you know, that card? Well, you want to know something? I'll tell you something else. This doesn't only work on Canon cameras. It will work on some other cameras also. Try it. It costs you, you know what it's going to cost you? A bag of M&Ms. You have to send me a bag of M&Ms for all this information. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so for instance, I know somebody that said it works on their Fuji camera. Okay, got a Fuji camera? Try this beta. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work. So are you listening to me? Mario, it's true. What's true? Check with a very short cable. That's one of the things that I'm annoyed about. I think the cable's that long. Okay, I have the computer here, and I moved the box right underneath the desk. The desk got open side. Okay. Before that, I had the computer sitting on the box, but the fan is too loud. Okay, so I'm using their cable. It's very short. Now I have a long cable. I would say it's a 3-foot cable. I don't see any lightning bolt on that. So I don't know if that's a Thunderbolt 3 cable. So the only one that actually came with it is what I'm using. Try an HD, yeah, you told me that yesterday. I have shopped everywhere. There is no HDMI 2.1 cables that, unless you're just talking about from here to there, okay, that is a possibility. But I'm talking about from the camera to the Blackmagic, not one single one I can find, not one, not even a half of one. I can get an HDMI 2.1 where it's full HDMI on both sides. But what I need is an HDMI mini to plug into the camera and an HDMI full to plug into the Blackmagic. Okay? So there's no 2.1 HDMIs that'll go from the camera to there. So if you find one, let me know. Nixon, I think you're all tech nerds. I think you're right. I feel like I'm the dumb one in the room. Jonathan, I'm not getting bored with this. I want to do desktop by the end of the year. And all of this is educational for me. I currently use 2 i7 laptops for different things. Okay, if you're going to get into live streaming, I have some advice if you're going to go on the Windows side. Do some serious research on the card that you're going to use for your capture. If you can get an internal card and not use a dongle that plugs into the USB, for sure, okay? Now, if you're only going to go up to 1080-60p, my 1080-60p is gorgeous. I would say I'm near the top of the line. Okay, go to livestreamingpros.com. Those guys, their existence is on going to someone's house. They fly there. Okay, so this is somebody who's putting down some serious money, and they build everything from A to Z, putting you online, including the computer, the software, the lighting, your set, the desk, the lighting that you're going to use behind you. All, that's what they do. So we're talking some, $20,000, $30,000 installations, and maybe plus equipment. Okay, so they're using AJA cards. So that's a different brand card, Jonathan. I'm using Black Magic, which is a Decklink. So they would probably have installed the competitor to this card, okay, in my PCI slot, is my guess. Okay, so pay attention to that in a serious manner. Okay. Andre, I mean, come on, this is so basic. If you try just one camera and it works the same, it's not from your hardware. It will work flawlessly with only one camera. There's that. Don't get yourself frustrated, Andre. It's not worth it. I've been there. I've gotten to the frustration point. I have done it with just one single camera. It will not work with one single camera. Okay? That's all I can tell you. So something has to change. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting it to work different? Yes. The answer to that question, 100% yes. Your next question should be, did you try it with OBS? Yes. 100% yes. Okay? And the only other choice is trying it with Ecamm. That's why I'm pretty sure Ecamm is not the problem. I think the problem is all of this together. Okay? Which is, honestly, if I could get someone, not you guys, okay, if I could get a computer in here that I can try, I'll know within 15 seconds. All I have to do is that. If I can do now, look how beautiful it's working. I'm doing this back and forth, okay? And I'm not getting any drop frames. Why? Okay, now if I get up off the chair and I move the bigger body, okay, I do get a touch of blur, but that's okay. Now I got some drop frames. I'm calling them drop frames when they're a little bit of skips, okay? So I don't know what is weak. Nothing is up in the bars. Andre, your bars are perfectly fine. Robster, I think you mentioned we can share links for a while on this new channel. I might upload a bit of content to lift some spirits, all family safe. Go ahead and try it. I don't have the filter off. Okay, so that's fine. Thank you for asking for permission. This is not aimed at you, but that's something I'm keeping my eye on. Evan comes in here. Evan is what, 13 years old? I've got Simon's son that loves watching me, so I can't afford to hurt these children, okay? Do you have Catalina 10.15.5? Boy, that's a sore question because I was going live at 9:45 and the computer decided to upgrade. So I have Catalina 10.15.5. Yes, I do, Andre. I painfully have 10.15.5. So let me ask you a question. Is it better tonight? Not the sound. Is the video better tonight than it was last night? Because last night I did first 4K for the first time. And now I have it again. So you have to watch it right now because as soon as we log off, it's going to go through a processing. So for, let's say, for a day, you won't see the good stuff. Okay? Now, I haven't been paying attention because I'm trying to train myself to ignore it because it annoys me that much. But I have to say, maybe it's possible I'm seeing maybe a little bit less. Okay, I do see the stuttering. Okay, I just saw it there. Mary, you still with us? I just thought of you. You're probably going like, I don't know what these guys are talking about. So I'm just walking around. But if I were a rich man, da da la 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 da 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 la 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 da da la la da 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 rum Da 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 la la da da. Okay, that's extreme. I'm not going to be doing that in my videos, okay? If I did, you guys would probably go nuts. Okay, so the point is just in this regular stuff where I go, See, it's not that bad. So I'm looking for that little inch to get rid of what it is. If I dropped out of the stream and I went to 1080/60, it would be 99.999. Like, what's that micron for filtering out the air? Smooth. I want that smoothness in 4K. I got 4K cameras that can handle it. I got that box that Andre got me to buy. Nice box. Got 3 beautiful PCI Express card slots. And they're X8s or X16s. But the card is an X8, so it's plenty. Whoa, did you see that? It just decided to hit it hard. And the bars did not move. The bars didn't move, okay? So, Joey says, I'm a little behind. You can be a little behind. What is the glitch we seem to be experiencing? Lots of resources outside your setup, ISP servers, etc., are being taxed right now. Can you demonstrate the issue? Okay, Joey, it's really simple. We're talking for a long time on something really simple. Okay? If I were to stream in 1080 30p, it would look like this. Okay? Every once in a while, watch the body. Okay? Everything is smooth, but every once in a while, you'll see a stutter, like it dropped the frame and just jumped a frame. Okay? So now it's not doing it. Okay? So this actually looks pretty good. Okay? It just did it once, but I don't know if you're going to catch that. Now, if I just stay still for a second, okay, and everything settles in, Joey, watch, pay attention. Watch my shoulders and my upper arms around the shoulders. Okay? Now, if I start to move, okay, it's skipping a frame here and there. 1 frame. Okay? Now, this does not happen at 1080 60p. It just stays silk smooth. So go over to Gerald Undone, not right this second, and watch his live streams. His live streams are creamy smooth. Okay? Or go to Live Streaming Pros, find their website, and they live stream almost daily. Watch their live stream. There's a girl. She laughs. She's very jolly. Okay? Almost too jolly. All right? There is no judder, stutter, whatever you want to call it. Smooth as silk. All right? And she's using a Mac. And the guy, his name is David, he's using a Windows. And he'll slip in a little thing every once in a while. Go, this is why you need to be on PC. Because you got the power to run this stuff. Okay? So he'll make little comments like that. Not a big issue. And they are running at 1080 60p. Very few people are actually live streaming in 4K. So you might say to me, well, here's your answer, Peter. Stop with the 4K crap and just go to 1080 60p. Okay? All right. I can agree with that. But there's one thing. I've got a lot of equipment in here. Okay? And I have a channel where I don't do live streams. I want to record in my computer like I would record and put everything on an individual SD card. So I'd put an SD card in that camera. I'd put a card in the Nikon. I'd put a card in the GH5, the Panasonic, except it's a GH4, not a GH5. Okay. I would do my show. I would record all of it in 4K. Okay. And the reason for that is because I zoom in and zoom out, which is what I can do here. I can zoom in. And there's very little quality degradation here because there's plenty of room. It's 4K. Okay. And then I can go to full screen on the Olympus. And then if I wanted to get personal with you, Joey, you can go, look, Peter, don't get personal with me. Okay, come here. Okay. So there's plenty of room to zoom in here. And it doesn't degrade, it doesn't get soft. It does get a little bit soft. You guys that are watching this on a 55-inch screen, it will have just gotten just a tiny bit, but there's so much room in the 4K. Okay? So that is why for the pre-recorded videos, I want to use all this equipment. just the way I'm doing with the live stream. That is my quest. Okay? So what I need to do is I need to get rid of the stuttering. It's simple as pie. So you should come up with a conclusion like, what's all this talk about? Well, what's happened is it's kind of like a challenge to many of these guys, and they want to step in to try to help. We're kind of like a family. They kind of like me some. So they're going, you know, let's see if we can help you fix it. And that's what we're chattering about. And you get me in the middle doing all kinds of crazy things, singing a song. You know, the if I were a rich man, yibby dibby 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 dibby, I'd order one of those computers tomorrow. And if it didn't work, man, would I be annoyed. Get an HP workstation. The support is premium for their workstation Z-Line, and they will help you configure it to your needs. Workstations are used for graphics, and they have special support. I could expand on that, but we're over 3 hours, guys. What are we going to do? We're going to do this all night long? Nixon, gotta love NDAs. I won't go under an NDA. I haven't been under one, and I don't plan on going under one. What I do is I give my word, and I've been doing this since 1990s, and I've never broken it. Okay, so you build a trust. That's why I get along with kids. I build a trust with them. They will tell me things that they won't tell anybody else. Okay, and I won't judge them either, which is something a lot of people can't get around, the judgmental part. But that's no NDAs here. That's why I'm also free to tell what I think. I've been telling you for a month. I think that Canon is going to come out with a Mac version of this. I was told specifically, you can tell people what you think. Okay, and I told you, I think they're going to come out with the Mac version by the end of the month or in June. And it's in writing. Nobody can accuse me of anything. Randall, email sent to you with the link for Sony joining with Canon. Yes, that's true. For their software to live stream. That's 100% true. What's happening behind the scenes is not private, okay? And that is, you have a company in Japan that runs things. They're in control. Then you have USA people here, okay? Their hands are tied. And the people in the USA, they are frustrated. There's things they can do. So the Canon USA team, now I'm bordering, okay, got together and said, wait, Japan is shut down, and now they just extended the closure, okay? So since there's no one to get control from, or permission from, let's make an SDK and release it. So that's why when the program came out, oh, for America only. That wasn't true. That can go anywhere in the world, okay? But the USA team got together, and when they were set free, they came out with this beta. And the beta is what allowed us to actually live stream on Windows. So wherever the Japan headquarters is still closed. So now they came out with the Mac version. One and done. Okay? So the Sony team, they don't hate the Canon USA people. And the Canon USA people don't hate the Sony people. Okay? Maybe in Japan they do, but over here they don't. So apparently the Sony guys got together with the Canon guys. Okay, let's make it work for both cameras. Done. So see what happens when you untie the hands of people that have innovation in their mind. So just being a little bit patriotic here, I want to say, see what happens when you let the Americans do what they do best. Okay? They come up and make you proud. So I didn't mean that in any kind of a bad way. So yeah, that's been declared before. So that's why I said Try it. Try it. It won't cost you anything to try it. I can't say anything more than try it. Like a store. Uh-oh. Man, that is bad news. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I have left only the Sony A7R4 for the moment. Well, you would be a perfect guy to try. And I know it's stupid, but tomorrow try another Thunderbolt port from your iMac. I think you have two. Yes, I have the Blackmagic plugged into one, and it's only running sound. And then the Sonnet plugged into the other. And just for your pleasure, okay, this is going to screw things up royally, but at 3 hours and something, okay, I just unplugged it. I plugged it into the other one. I just reversed it. Okay, so now it's going to go through its little routine. The audio input has changed. The Blackmagic audio has changed. I'm getting all kinds of warnings. Peter, why do you do these things? Because I can. Okay, let's turn this off. Okay, so for the Z6, I'm going to plug in and turn on the Z6. Oh, I never turned off Skype. Let's turn off Skype. Oh, what you're looking at now is the camera inside of the computer. Okay. Okay, I need to unlock all these guys. Okay, so let's go to the... Okay, so I need to make sure this is the Z6, so that's you. Nope. Okay, so that's the wrong camera. That's the Nikon. Okay, so that's the Nikon right there. Let's lock her down. And that again is the Nikon. Excuse me. And that's up there. I'll just lock her down. The Olympus is that one. Is that you? Wait a minute. I know the Olympus doesn't focus on my fingers. So how do I know that's truly the Olympus? I'm going to lock it down anyway. And then this one here is also the Olympus. We'll lock it down. That's clearly two different cameras. Okay, so I'm going to turn this a little bit this way. Let's try not to trip. Okay, that's not the Olympus. That's the Nikon. Okay, so this is the Olympus. Okay, so we'll lock you down. That's Nikon, Nikon, Olympus, Olympus. I did lose the zoom on the Olympus though. But that's not hard to fix. We'll just come right in here. We'll click on the zoom and zoom in and put my head up in the top. Okay. All right, so I reversed them. A lot of work, huh? And that's the GH4. And lock that guy down. Thanks, Andre. Because you got a hair up your butt. You had me rearrange all my cameras, but goes to show you I'm willing to cooperate. Okay, so let's see if we did anything. Not a darn thing. As a matter of fact, it actually looks worse. There we go. There's your stutter, Joey. You wanted to see where the stutter is? There's your stutter. So that's Andre. You're right. It was a dumb thing to do, but we are 3 hours and a half into this stream. Nixon, what cable ends do you need? I need a mini on the camera side, mini HDMI, and I need regular HDMI that plugs in here. The regular size HDMI on one side and a mini HDMI on the other side. And the cable has to be 15 feet to go from the camera to the ground under a carpet and then back up to the desk height. So 12 feet would be fine, but I think they make a 10 foot and a 15 foot. What cable? Good morning, just tuned in. Good morning, Woody. We're running a little late tonight. Nothing to be concerned about. Andre, it's roughly the same, maybe a tad better. I don't think it's a tad better. I think it's actually a tad worse. I think I see more stuttering. I think it settles in, is what I think happens. And eventually it you know. So it's not that. Peter! What, Jonathan? Peter! I'm not sure if it's a video artifact or not, but the LED lamp that changes colors seems to be illuminating a vapor or something odd. Can't tell if it's smoke, not really growing in size. Okay, that thing right there is a diffuser. And I put liquid in there, and it sends out like a stream of like smoke. I don't know what else to call it. Okay, like a fog. And it has where I have a little oil essence in there. Okay, so the guy with the fire truck thinks he's seeing a fire. I'm glad your eyes are open, but you're just like 3 hours and a half late. It's been doing that all night. Could it be the camera autofocusing that's messing it up? I don't think so, because if I just go like this and like this, left and right, okay, it's not changing any of the autofocus. But I don't know why the autofocus would be making a skip frame. Okay, now let's take a step back and a step forward. I would say I saw a skip frame or whatever that thing, we're calling it a skip frame, but now I am going back and I am going forward and they still seems to be smooth. See, the gotcha here is sometimes when you think it shouldn't be smooth, it's just smooth. For instance, what camera am I on? Okay, if I turn around and I walk back over here to Jingle Bell spot, okay, it smells good. I've got orange blossom oil essence in that, my little thing there. Okay, so I'm going back here and I'm going to walk back here and you could watch the smoothness or the skipping. Just from what right about here, I got some skipping. Right as I came around the coffee table. This time it didn't. Okay, so it's kind of like it's a motor running and it's got a natural hiccup, like you would go to a heart specialist if your heart did that. Okay, it's like, my heart skips every once in a while, doc. So I don't think it's the autofocus, but we just tested that out. We aim to please. It's a vaporizer, Jonathan. Good catch, Nixon. Good catch. I don't see it anywhere else. That's my concern. But everything is fine now. Don't worry about it. That's designed to do that. You could put all kinds of oil essence. You could put rose water. You could put oil, orange, like I got in there tonight. It smells really nice in here. It's a very, like I'm in an outside in a gentle orange grove. You could put, I bought it because I put in oil of oregano, and that kind of like puts a little sterilization crap into the air. So, we're all good. Rob, you still with us, buddy? Oh, it's getting up to be 2 o'clock. Still going to go to bed early, even with a 3-hour stream. Ooh, I like this. Remember, you can go into Epidemic. So Joey, you're going to get your fill of me today. When you can't get enough, just come back and rewatch this one. It's 3 hours long. Okay, remember, you can go into Epidemic, update links to your new channel, and you are covered going forward. You can't. Once you add a link, you can't remove it. And they just wrote me back confirming that. You're going to have to cancel your subscription and start a new one. That's a little bit, but you know, if you think about it from their point of view, that means people can change channels and leave like a trail because they will continue to cover those videos. You know, they won't take away what you've already paid for. So if all the videos that is being covered over on the other channel is going to continue to be covered, and then if I come here and start all over again, basically it's an open door to cheat. Now I wouldn't cheat, okay? In other words, I wouldn't be going back and forth between channels, because then I would do something for a month here and then go over to the other one, to this channel, work on it for a month, and then go back over, and that's kind of like cheating. So I wouldn't do that. So they won't let you. If you have it, you can't remove your YouTube channel. I already tried that, and I wrote to them, and they answered me back. Scott says, you may be chasing something that takes $250,000 to accomplish. Oh, Scott, it's painful to you. I'm not in anguish. I'm actually so grateful, to tell you the truth, that there's so many people willing to step up and make all these suggestions. Okay? So you have to understand, some of the suggestions I've been through maybe 5 times already, but I'm not going to shoot anyone down. I'm going to say, okay, I'll try that. And then Andre said, let's try switching the ports. So I just did. Okay? So, no, we're just going. We got something different to talk about? Vaporizer, it's okay. Yes, sir. Andre, see, now Andre is stepping up, Scott, and he's trying. I open QuickTime, I get a smooth preview of my webcam, but I didn't press record. Is this the same for you? No. Difference being that your Mac shows you your mirrorless cam, not webcam. Correct. Okay, so the webcam is not going to, webcam is not going to, at least this one, is not going to run 4K. Chances are the webcam, the one with the little hole right in here, is a 720p camera. So I can do 1080p at 60p, I should say, smooth as silk. It's just when I move over to here. So you got to go to 4K and either watch or record something in 4K and tell me you can do it without the little stutter. Okay, so now I leaned over to get the chair. No stutters, we're fine. We're like, everything's happy, we're fine, no problem. So now I'm going to get up into the chair. It's a little taller than my butt. Okay, and I'm going to sit here, and I got a few stutters right there. Okay, it's kind of like I put a fan in the back in case the computer was getting hot. Okay, but it's good enough where I am now streaming 4K live. If it was going to annoy everybody all night, I wouldn't be doing that. I would go back to 1080 60p. So we're just looking for that little extra inch that will take me over the top, and I'll have something that most other people can't do. So now watch. Somebody with a PC is going to come in and go, I can do that. So suppose you do a search on YouTube, live streaming 4K. Eventually you will find a video by the vMix people where they actually stream 4K, and it is smooth. No stutters. Okay? But they're on a PC. They're not on a Mac. I found one person on a Mac that's streaming 4K, and I can't find him again. I want to go back to see it again and see if he maybe dropped a hint or something. Okay? So I did find only one out of weeks of looking. Okay? Andre, the preview and the recording are both identical. Before I do anything, I get the same stutter if I'm just watching or if I'm recording. Doesn't matter. I can turn everything off and it's still there. Just don't get frustrated, Andre. Okay? Don't get frustrated. It's not worth it. Okay? We're just talking, and we're gonna Joey, I think I saw it. My guess is it's a Blackmagic driver issue. What hardware is Gerald Undone using? I don't know. That's a good thing. I know he's using OBS, number one, because he will mention that. But what he's got plugged in, I don't know. I did notice that the Blackmagic driver updated after I installed it into the computer, all by itself. And it did the, where it goes up with the thing, and it updated itself. So if it's that driver, that's fine. But the Ecamm, the LiveCam 4K did the same thing, but just much worse. Just remember that. Andre, Gerald's live streams are 1440 and not that smooth. Give the guy a break. He does pretty good. Here's my buddy. I miss you, dude. The 4K stream looks great. It's 720. Actually, it'll reduce down pretty good, right? Actually, I'm guessing most of you guys are watching in 1080. So you're looking at this and you're probably looking at a very good quality. Actually, and I'm actually seeing a very good quality. I thought I saw somebody move and there's nobody in that room. It scared the crap out of me. The moderators and, oh no, I need you to put a comment, serious, after this video's over or in yesterday's video. So no, I can do it right now. I just needed a comment from you. That's what I needed. So I can moderator you. Because this man knows what he's talking about. I don't know how to moderate him. I don't know how to see the chats. No! I want to see the chats. I am still live streaming, right? Okay. I'll just go back. I'll go to the live stream. I'll turn the live stream on again. There is the chats. So all I need to do is find, there he is. I nailed you. I nailed you. Add moderator. So you are now a moderator. I was waiting for you to come in. I was just a-waiting. Okay, the boss is here, guys. That's it. No more playing around. No more screwing around. The boss is in the house. Okay. But I don't want to be a moderator. Too bad. You are now. How are you, Sean? No, I'm playing. It's Shane. How are you doing, buddy? I always love it when I see you. So, it's June. Are we any closer to you getting new wires strung up in your backyard or wherever they're going to string them up and on the poles in front of your yard? I hope so. So, Joey, I still think it's a driver issue after the camera swap. Still, stream looks good. Good content. It's good enough, right? That's why we're here. That's why I'm streaming in 4K. I just want to make Shane jealous. I'm streaming in 4K, and he has a hard time with 720, but it's got nothing to do with him. He's much better at this than I am. But he doesn't have the wires in his backyard that I've got. Okay. So, Woody wants to know, first, how's Luke? What's he doing? Everything cool with Luke? Cool hand, Luke? Did you have a new start time tonight? I tried to start at 10 o'clock, but the computer decided to update Catalina. So now I have the newest version of Catalina. At the most inappropriate time, at about 9:45, it said, now updating, 28 minutes to go. So I didn't effectively go live till about 10:30, maybe somewhere in that range. So I could see that I've been live for 3 hours and 38 minutes. So subtract 3 hours and 38 minutes from your clock. And that's when I went live. So tomorrow I will try to go for 10 o'clock. Unless something kicks me in the stomach. I don't think it's a frame issue. Fine. I'm open to hear what you got to say. Can you uncheck the high quality in the video cam? I've done that before. I will do it again. Not a problem. It's just going to get much worse. Okay, it is now unchecked. Okay, so now we are running at a much lower. Here, Joey, you want to see some stuttering? There's some stuttering for you, buddy. So what it did now is I'm actually running at a lower frame. What do you call it? Frames per second thing. And the stuttering is just like on a constant basis. So I could tell you real quick that the bandwidth statistics, we are now running at 4.5 to 5.2 megabits per second. Okay, so now I'm going to turn that back on because this is not acceptable to me for the quality. And now I turned it back on, and now I will tell you that we are now running at 15.25 and as high as 19, and then it pulled back down. Okay, so the momentary actual bandwidth is running between 14 and 19 megabits per second. So this is where it's got to be. I won't accept the high quality. I wouldn't have put my family through that, my peoples. The info on epidemic is new to me. I've rotated channels with no problem. I just update and they say my old vids are now covered, provided the dates align. Might be that you paid annual and I paid monthly. I did pay annual, but I did write to them. Let me read what they wrote back. Support request. Hi there. Thanks for getting back to us. No problem. Thanks for getting back to us. Unfortunately, there is no easy way of swapping channels out. We're talking specifically YouTube channels. I'm not sure what happened with Facebook. There is no easy way to swapping channels out. You need to cancel the current subscription, get my money back, connected to the old channel. Once canceled, you can resubscribe with the correct new channel. Not create a new account, but I have to cancel the subscription. There's a difference between the account and the subscription. Okay, please reach out again if there's anything we can help you with. This time it was short and sweet. The last time it was like 5 paragraphs of, or most of the time, okay. So to cancel, follow the instructions found here. To sign up for a new subscription, follow the instructions here. So I can kind of figure that out without their help. Randall sent me a YouTube to watch, which I obviously can't watch right now. I am doing the live streaming. So if you can change it now, Rob, your YouTube channel, not the other ones, please let me know. I tried now the Canon web utility with Sony and it's not working. Okay, it won't work for you. But you could try. Nixon says, yes, sir, you are streaming. There's a big delay. I hear you first, and then I hear you say it. That comes and goes, Mark. That is not here, okay? Actually, that is here a little bit when I add a load. It'll come up, and then it'll go down. Okay, there's a big delay. Here's Joey. Drop a 3 in the chat if Peter knows his stuff. Are you trying to start something? Jonathan, are there any old drivers still installed for the hardware that isn't being used anymore? Possible driver interference. Okay, now that is something I wouldn't know how to do on the Apple side. On the Windows side, I could find them. So let's say there's from the Ecamm Live Cam 4K from Elgato. Those drivers are probably still in the computer. Okay, but that's for a different whatchamacallit. So Norm, tomorrow I will be looking for Windex at 10 p.m. Hold the coffee, hold the donuts, and get ready to sing. Said the little boy to the shepherd. Oh, I forgot the song. Thank God I got the lyrics over there. So I guess we're saying goodnight to Norm. It's 2 o'clock, guys. I think we can call it a night. Is the external ATEM Mini more jittery than the PCI card? No, it's smoother because the external ATEM Mini will not go to 4K. So the smoothness on that is pretty much on par. Actually, I would say they're even. I wouldn't call it one way or another. I could if I go and actually look at them again. But then I'd have to go to the cameras and turn everything back down to 1080-60p. I'd have to realign this, which I could do, but I didn't see a problem before, to be honest with you. Is your iMac connected to the internet through cable or Wi-Fi? Hardwired cable. I know better than that. That one's an easy one. From the epidemic response, do you sense a refund coming? I'm not sure. I don't think they would give me a refund. I would just resubscribe and just keep going. I would be happy with that. So the big question is, do I want to move the music over here? Do I want to just pay for what's needed over here? Or do I want to actually try a different company like ArtLink or something like that, which will give me, I already paid for the epidemic. That's good for the year, okay? So I don't know how they would handle the refund. So Rob is saying good night, everybody. Catch you on the flip side. And I think he is doing something very smart because I'm going to go to sleep now too. Okay, guys? What am I going to do? I'm going to log off. Well, you know the routine. Everybody knows the routine. The voice delay never corrected this time. Well, don't forget, I unplug things and replug them in. I thought we were going to get a jolt at some point. As a matter of fact, I even look more delayed to myself of what I'm watching. Okay, so my hand is still flapping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodnight. We're not going to do the music intro because I'm not allowed. Okay, Epidemic is not licensed here. So I'm just going to say I love you guys. And where am I going? I'm going over here, and I'm going to pick up the microphone, and I'm going to say, good night, my love. Pleasant dreams, sleep tight, my love. May tomorrow be sunny and bright, and bring you closer to me. Before you go, there's just one thing that you should know. If you love, I'd like to know if your love is still warm for me, or has it gone cold? If you should awake in the midst of the night, please have no fear, for I'll be there. You know I care. Please be here tomorrow, dear. Oh, good night, my love. Pleasant dreams, sleep tight, my love. Tomorrow night we will meet again at 10 o'clock. Okay, guys, on that, I am going to say good night and God bless you. I love all of you guys.